Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the Bay State Media post game show. And we are here with our usual Ben, Nero, RJ. Clap it up real quick, chat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For those who don't know, we are live on Twitch as well now. We will be live streaming on Twitch, trying to get a little bit more of a new community in there. So if you guys can watch us on Twitch, go follow us on Twitch. It's just the Bay State Media Collective. Very simple, very easy to remember. So, we're going to get right into it. Right into it. How about them Patriots? Clap it up real quick.
Yeah,
Oh,
Sir, yes, sir.
I will say, I'll just kick it off. I will say, as a Chiefs fan, this Patriots team scares me, bro. This is a team that we, all season the critics were saying, oh, they haven't played anybody yet, and they lost to the Raiders, and they only beat the Bills by 3. Man, who did the Bills just lose to today?
The Dolphins.
That is real sad. I can't lie to you. That is real sad.
That
Especially
is
off, especially coming off of a win against my Chiefs. Very recently, it is sad to see that the Bills are coming back down to earth with. I think they have one of the top 5 easiest schedules in the league, or before the season started, general consensus in terms of power of their schedule. They were top 5 in terms of ease. And I think it's concerning. If you're a Bills fan out there, shout out Sophie in the group chat. If you're a Bills fan out there, you should be concerned. Like, you really should be concerned. I think that Keon Coleman's not all the way there yet. I think he's still trying to get himself acclimated. And I think that Khalil Shakir, he disappears against number 1 corners or you could say elite, great to elite corners or good to elite if you really wanted to give a little bit more leeway. But I'd say he struggles against those types of corners. So for me, it's kind of tough considering I was kind of on the Josh Allen MVP back-to-back train kind of a little bit. I was kind of like leaning towards it, but it's very, very clear as day Drake May is the MVP right now in the NFL, and I don't even think it's close. Especially with this win against the Buccaneers, a team last year that, if I'm not mistaken, went to the divisional round last year. And this is a team that Baker made. They're a little bit banged up. I will give them that. They're a little bit banged up, but the Buccaneers still were finding ways to win, even though while being banged up this year. No Mike Evans, Chris Godwin can't really figure it out in terms of health. So it's just kind of like, you look at this win for the Patriots, and you really look at the situation, and if you're a Patriots fan, you got to be on your high horse right now. You got to be, because we haven't seen this since Mac Jones' rookie year, kind of, if you really want to think about it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and Mac Jones right now he's doing okay in San Francisco, and there's no Brandon Ayuk.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken, George Kittle is hurt too, right?
No, he's back. He's back.
Oh, okay, okay, but he was hurt for a little bit. At least I know that he was on IR. I think he was out for 4 games. So I kind of the Niners, ever since they went to that NFC Championship game, or even that year, banged up. I mean, I remember we were watching that NFC Championship game, and they didn't even have a quarterback in the game.
Right.
Yeah.
At one point, that's how bad the injuries were.
Quarterback, yeah.
So it's really refreshing to see that Drake May is doing 10 times better than Mac Jones did. And, I'll give Mac Jones a little leeway. We didn't necessarily build the best around him. So, but I think that now they found a guy to build around. And the question mark was, is this Patriots team going, or is this organization going to build around him? They started out honestly by just getting the guy. Like that pick, like, who you honestly, you don't take anyone else at with that third pick.
Right.
Because I think Daniels went before that, right?
Right.
Yeah.
He went second, and who went first? I can't remember.
Caleb
Williams. Okay, yeah. Yep.
So it was pretty much a no-brainer pick pretty much at that point.
No, it was. Regardless, whoever was going to be there at 3 was going to get picked.
Yeah.
If Drake May went 1, Daniels went 2, Caleb Williams would have went.
We would have went with Williams.
If Drake May went 2,
Caleb went 1.
So regardless, with those 3 picks, you already knew the first 3 picks were going to be quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Whoever fell to that team, whoever was there at 3 was going to be for the taking. That's what it was. We, at least Patriots wise, right now, you look at it, it's like, okay, we got the most healthiest guy at the moment. Because even last year with Caleb Williams, even though He went through issues with his offensive lineman and whatnot. He had a lot of growing pains. Drake May had some growing pains, but at least you saw the talent there. Now you see how it's worked right now with an actual coach, and you're like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can even look back at Mac Jones' rookie year, and there were the highs, but you also saw the limitations. You see with him right now, it's similar to 2021 in this offense and whatnot, but you see that there's more added to this offense just by the use of his legs and his arm strength that you couldn't even fathom in 2021.
Right.
2021 looked basic as shit.
Yeah.
Right. It just looked like another Brady year. You know what I'm saying? A game manager who got who gave it to guys who were open. You know what I'm saying? Like, had a decent arm. Now you look at it right now like, oh man, this is another Josh Allen.
And even Tom Brady said himself, he's like, I wish I could do half of those. He's like, I wish I could do half the things that kid could do. And it's true because Tom Brady, bro, he made a living out of being the smartest guy. He wasn't the most athletic.
Right.
He just made a living out of being the smartest guy. And then you have a guy that worked for years and won Super Bowls with him in Josh McDaniels. So when you're looking at this team, and this offense is not even anywhere near to what Brady had at certain points. Nowhere near. Hunter Henry's not Gronk. Stephon Diggs is not Randy Moss. Yeah. Stephon Diggs, he's a great football player. And I'm not going to say Julian Edelman's better than him, but what Julian Edelman fit for Brady was perfect, and what Drake May fits for Stephon Diggs right now is perfect. Yeah. And I think you look at this offseason, and I was saying this in the Discord before, if you take maybe a couple picks and you trade a guy that maybe is of value, and you go get an AJ Brown, you go get a
Jalen Waddle.
Like Jalen Waddle and AJ Brown are not in the same stratosphere.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, I think if you're really gonna go after a guy and it's not in free agency, because we had already gone over that on WTHHS. And if you guys haven't subscribed, go subscribe. What the hell has happened to Sports Now? He's there every night doing recaps. If we have time, we'll try and fit the Celtics in, but I definitely want to speed round through this stuff. No, so I think the biggest thing is that if you're gonna go get a guy, go get AJ Brown, bro. He's wanted to be a Patriot his whole career. He gets a reunion with Mike Vrabel, who he has consistently talked highly about and loved, and he was upset when Mike Vrabel had to go from the Titans.
Right. And
I think that's a guy who wants to be here, and it's a guy who can get him the ball. You look at the situation in Philadelphia, and he's visibly frustrated. He doesn't really want to show it enough to a point, because AJ Brown's a really stand-up team guy. He's not a diva. He doesn't get in trouble. He's not in the headlines for the wrong things. Right. He's always doing something positive. He's a big member of the Philadelphia community, and he was a big member of the Tennessee community. He's awesome in terms of that type of stuff. So it's not a guy you'd have to worry about mentally, diva-wise, because we look at what Drake May is doing with everybody on this roster who is less talented than AJ Brown. And if you add a guy like AJ Brown and then Stephon Diggs is the number 2, I don't see, and you keep the defense, or you actually, I think they need corner depth. That might be the biggest problem on defense.
Yeah, because after Gonzo, you're fucked.
Because it's not even really just after Gonzo, because it's like when Gonzo's out and you see other guys have to rise to the occasion, it's kind of like Carlton Davis takes a dip and Marcus Jones takes a dip.
Yeah.
And I think that's not to say that they're not good players at all, but I think you just see the importance of how important it is to have Gonzo out there with Carlton Davis, where Carlton Davis doesn't have to do too much. So I look at this situation, and Drake May is playing like an MVP, and you see there's a guy, I wouldn't even mind Alec Pierce, just as a depth guy. Like, he's been balling out. He's with Daniel Jones right now out in the Colts offense. He'd probably have the same role. And I think that, if they can get just one more guy and they can keep Hooper and Henry, because Hooper and Henry are a good tandem, because Hooper's an excellent blocker. Mm-hmm. He's probably not the greatest pass catcher of a tight end anymore, but you have Hunter Henry, who's a jack of all trades tight end. Yeah. So, having both of them in the 2 tight end sets, even then, if you don't want to get a receiver, just get I'll probably let you guys talk about this a little bit more, but Travion Henderson today was also the story of the game, in my personal opinion. He was the player of the game.
He was, and quite frankly, I'll be honest. This was his welcome to the NFL. This is really his welcome to the NFL.
Oh yeah, 100%.
People knew who Travion Henderson was before this game. You know who Travion Henderson was. You knew Travion Henderson was one of the stars for Ohio State with Quinshawn Judkins and company. We knew that.
Mm-hmm.
But we also knew that Travion Henderson, at times this year, especially the guys, watching in New England around the NFL, were saying, when is this guy gonna arrive?
Mm-hmm.
And he had two plays that changed the game in this game today revolved around Travion Henderson.
Yep.
His 55-yard touchdown run in the second quarter changed the outlook of that first half. That last run that he had to win the game right there, that just shows you right there, especially how that play played out. That just shows you, man, if you can get this guy in space, it's hard to catch this guy. And you saw it, especially on both plays. Once he got in the open field, you couldn't catch him. You can't catch this kid. You know what I'm saying? And it also helps that in the last couple of weeks, this individual has been used on offense on certain plays. And quite frankly, the reason they won this game today on that last play, Kyrus Tonga at fullback took out three people. Three people he took out that were chasing down Travion Henderson. Took those three people out. Nobody else was there to catch him. You feel me? So that right there, when you can add that implement to this offense with a guy like Travion Henderson in the backfield and leave him in open space, run him to the outside, that needs to be used way more. Because I tell you, this we saw from day one in the preseason, this kid returning a kick return, and we were like, oh shit, who the fuck is like this is what we got? Oh shit. We didn't see that for the first 2.5 months. Now you see it now. If you just use him right, and now, quite frankly, if if Ramondre Stevenson is still, banged up with his turf toe or whatever, if Terrell Jennings with his messed up knee, now you have to. Now it's really the point now where this kid has to be RB1. Yeah, Terrell Jennings shouldn't have been getting carries early in the game before him.
Right, absolutely.
RB1.
I'll say this because I remember hearing on the announcers, they said literally when Terrell Jennings finally went out due to injury, that's when Henderson finally started getting snaps. He had not really to snap.
Right.
It literally took Terrell Jennings, who shouldn't really be getting snaps
at
to
all,
get injured,
right,
to get Henderson in the game.
Yeah, which was confusing.
I don't know what the hell Henderson has done to either McDaniels or Vrabel to probably piss them off this much, where he's not even getting playing time. But
you saw too Kyle Williams in the same situation,
right?
I felt like too.
Yeah.
Yep. He had a great catch for them just turn on the afterburners.
Yeah, RJ, what do you think about Kyle Williams' performance? Besides the catch, did you feel like he made an impact in general overall on the offense, whether it's blocking or just getting open?
He definitely got open a few times, and he also got a few blocks. But he outside of that one catch, he really is kind of invisible a little bit. He just hasn't done anything. I don't know if it's just him and May haven't built a connection, or is he not just getting open enough? But the few times I remember May has passed to him, he hasn't caught the ball either.
Right. Yeah. No. Absolutely.
It's you really don't know with him yet. You hope it works out because that would be a great receiver for May to have, but you don't know right now with Williams. I want him to work out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Henderson and Williams definitely, you see it in a game where, this was the biggest, actually, yes, this was the biggest game of the year. For sure.
Because really, if you look at it now, that's the best defense that they've really faced. You look at the defense last week. Yep. This defense, especially having Levante David, having Vita Vea, and Vita Vea was a game record all game.
Yeah, he was.
Antoine Winfield in the back end. Tyke Smith, I'll tell you right now, not even just this game, but even watching the last couple years, just looking at him at D safety with Antoine Winfield, give him a couple years, this kid's going to be a stud. Like they have the defense that they have right now, and not even talk about Jamel Dean and Zion McCollum. That's the best defense that they've actually faced.
Yeah.
From the defensive line to the back end. And you see it also even with Drake May. He was only 17 of 31. 16 of 31. He was only 50-something% completion. They affected him all game. They affected his receivers all game. This is a game that the Patriots, truthfully, they shouldn't have won. They really shouldn't have won. Besides those 2 plays by Henderson, take away those 2 plays, they would have lost that game. They just found a way to win. And if you find a way to win against a team like that, especially a team that's not even in your conference, that just shows you. And again, they're an upper echelon team, or one of the upper echelon teams. That just shows you right here, like, okay, yeah, this team's legit. You can't say that game against the Bills was a fluke, because now you beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have already gotten the Super Bowl in the last 5 years, and the Bills haven't even gotten close. So you can't say to me, oh yeah, no, they're not playing nobody. There's no competition. Well, the top 2 teams in the AFC and the NFC, one of the top 2 teams, you beat them both. So you really, with this team right now, you can't really say shit about them negatively.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. And another thing too. Oh yeah, go ahead, RJ. Go ahead.
On top of like what we're saying about the defensive, the Pats O-line, they only let up 1 sack. Still, there was a lot of pressure on May. Like pretty much every play, it was like guys were right in his face. Thankfully, the Pats O-line was able to hold up, but like also a lot of the times, May was scrambling to get out of there.
Yep. And that's the thing, like Nero said too, his ability to use his legs really showed today. 1,000%. I don't like the fact he did that little fucking scramble to the right sideline though, and then he took that hit, like he slowed down. And this was like towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
He slowed down and got smoked. Like, bro, just go out of bounds. He's like, bro, you gave me a heart attack.
Yeah, I saw that. Was like, why?
Because when I saw a blue jersey down, I was like, oh shit. And thankfully, it wasn't serious for Henderson, but I thought it was May, and I was like, oh, come on, bro. Yeah. And then thankfully the camera, obviously, it cut that, like he got up, and thankfully he was okay. But I think that's he's been doing that so well this year that was odd that he did that in that situation. I don't even think he saw Diaby coming, to be quite honest with you.
No, exactly.
I don't think I don't even know if he heard his footsteps or heard him behind him or at all, but Henderson put himself in harm's way there in that situation too. But like these are young guys. You can Vrabel, McDaniels. Like this is really the story of this team is Vrabel and McDaniels. Vrabel is a guy that every single player, every single coach, coordinators, anybody that's worked with him speaks highly of him. Go to war for this guy. And McDaniels too. Even though McDaniels is a hard ass, all these Raiders players were complaining about McDaniels, whatever. It's the fucking Raiders. They haven't won anything since like 1970, dude. So anything that those players in that organization says, I couldn't give a fuck less. No. So it's just like that one situation. I feel like was a blemish, and now he has a chance to come back to New England and he's redeemed himself. Mm-hmm. And I think some guys are just not meant to be head coaches. Cliff Kingsbury, Josh McDaniels. You could even say Kyle Shanahan at this point too. I think it's time to start saying that Kyle Shanahan might not be as good of a coach as we might all think. I think that he's better off as a coordinator. And some guys are just better off as coordinators. And McDaniels, in my opinion, is the best coordinator in the history of the game. I like the guy, just anything he touches as a coordinator just turns to gold.
Exactly.
And I think that even when he was in his time with the Raiders, bro, the offense was still pretty good.
Right.
It was really the question of the defense. They really didn't have corner depth. They really didn't have any really good guys at linebacker. It was it is still the Max Crosby show.
Right.
Truthfully, it's still the Max Crosby show, and I don't think Max Crosby cares. He's doing so well and getting paid. He could go to request a trade anytime he fucking wants to, and they probably would do it because they're that stupid. So I think that McDaniel's blemish with the Raiders is being completely scraped off of his body of work. And I think that's something that people have to start looking at as far as McDaniels and how good he is in terms of just offensive coordinator's mind, because the stuff he's drawing up for Drake May is amazing, and what he's doing with the running backs too. Like you guys said, like Nero made a great point. This was, and RJ, you too. You see what happens when you give Henderson and Williams the snaps they need, and especially Henderson. From the jump, I thought even when Ramondre Stevenson was dropping the ball, we had even said this on WTHHS. Why isn't Henderson playing? Stevenson clearly can't get the job done. Why haven't we give the kid a chance? And now you see he has a fucking 150-yard game against one of the best defenses and one of the best teams in the league. And now going forward, I don't want to see Ramondre Stevenson getting the ball at this point, unless it's like a third down or something. Because I do think Stevenson is he knows the playbook, and I think he's a better pass blocker. But obviously Henderson's a rookie, so that's not really too much to say.
Yeah,
he should be a better pass blocker. He's a great pass blocker. And he's athletic. And he's great in the pass game. So, you just look at this too, and you want Henderson to be in these situations. And now that he's proved it, I don't see how he doesn't get a snap. Kind of almost like the Isaiah Pacheco situation when he was a rookie for us. You know what I mean? He balled out. And now he's getting more snaps than Kareem Hunt when healthy, who was once a rushing leader. So all around, man, this game for the Patriots. And we talked about the offense, but the defense real quick before we we move on to the slate of games here and fly through this. I think the defense, man, amazing today. It gets to a point where this is now one of the best. It has been honestly one of the best defenses in the league. They get stops when they're supposed to, and a team like the Buccaneers are gonna put up 370 total yards on you. That's fine.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it that's okay. But you look at the defense, and Gibbons today, 10 tackles, 5 solo. Yeah, Gonzalez, 9 tackles, 5 solo. Spillane, 9. Woodson, 8. Hawkins, 6. Davis, 5. Marcus Jones with 4. And we've seen Marcus Jones struggle when it comes to tackling. Today, I felt like those 4 tackles he made a difference for sure. Like you felt his presence. So I think that, like I said before, and like Nero has also said before, this defense has been getting acclimated, and this is a game where you just saw everybody making a difference. And they held this Buccaneers team, one of the best offenses to lead, to 23 points. And they held the Bills to 20 points. And just going off the top of my head, they held the Bills to 20 points. Those 2 games are the 2 games that you look at and you say, how can you not say this team isn't legit anymore? How can you sit here and say that? If anything, they might see the Colts. Obviously, you can't count Patrick Mahomes out in the playoffs. I went out on a limb before the season even started to say we weren't even going to make the Super Bowl and we were going to lose in the AFC Championship game. And you look at the flashes we've shown, but we can't keep it together.
Right.
And I think that that's a fucking issue for us. That we haven't really kind of had that issue from as long as I've been a Chiefs fan in the Patrick Mahomes era. Before that, we had Alex Smith. You know what I mean? He was great, but
he's not Patrick Mahomes. Like what Patrick Mahomes has been able to do, and what Alex Smith it can do just as a quarterback is night and day.
Yep, exactly.
Night and day. You feel me? And there's no disrespect to Alex Smith. There's no disrespect. It's just when he was drafted, you already knew the writing was on the wall. And the writing was on the wall for the better. Because quite frankly, if Alex Smith would have stayed quarterback for 2-3 more years and they would have went the Aaron Rodgers route with Patrick Mahomes, you wouldn't have sniffed that first Super Bowl.
No.
And again, it's not to say that they wouldn't have gotten there.
No, we probably wouldn't have.
At quarterback in a game like that, in an Alex Smith, it just wouldn't have gotten done.
I will say we were one D Ford offside away one year. That was the one game.
The year before that, yeah.
That was the one time where I was like, okay, Alex Smith might do it, and then he did. If I'm not mistaken, I do think he threw a pick in that game though too, or he had a fumble.
Mahomes was playing. That was when Mahomes was quarterback.
Yeah, no, the D Ford offsides was Brady's first. Brady versus Mahomes first.
Okay.
The year before, that's when
there was
Derrick Henry went crazy and beat the Chiefs in the wild card.
So there was one game with Alex Smith where there wasn't offsides though. Maybe it might not have been D4. I can't even remember.
No, it might have been the year before that when they played the Titans.
Yeah. I think so. So like
Yeah.
I just remember one game in the playoffs where Alex Smith it was not even just the Colts game too, because that wasn't even his fault. I like that Colts game was not his fault. I mean, you put up 40 points before the fourth quarter, and the defense somehow lets up 40 points. like that was the one time,
Yeah.
and he got blamed for that.
Yeah.
And like I felt like if Alex Smith doesn't, like you just said, if he doesn't get blamed for that year, and then you usher in Mahomes through the draft, like there's no telling where we'd be right now, honestly, because and he might not ever he might have not have even ever broke his leg, too.
Yeah, well, yeah,
because that's another thing.
Yeah,
because he did that in Washington.
Yeah, because if you guys don't play Mahomes sooner, I'm pretty sure like he goes to command. I mean, the Washington that year after Mahomes, or is it?
No, that was
so
the year after.
He literally doesn't break his leg then if he stays.
Yep. Yep. He doesn't break his leg.
History is changed. You know what I'm saying?
But obviously, in hindsight, we can't. I'm not going to sit here and be like, we should have kept Alex Smith. Like, no, I'm just saying, like, when you look at that type of thing and you look at what Drake May is doing, Drake May didn't have to play behind anybody, and now that in his second year he has the coaching staff, it's the same situation where the Chiefs set up everything for Alex Smith, and it didn't work out. And so we took a fly. It wasn't even a flyer, honestly. Getting Mahomes at that pick was a no-brainer. The problem is that nobody really watched Texas Tech that year. That was the problem. And the Mahomes last year at Texas Tech. Because remember, I know we all remember, those who watch college football, the infamous Baker Mayfield versus Patty Mahomes shootout.
Yep.
That was what, like, you saw. Like, dude, he can make any throw anywhere, on the run, play action, right decisions. Like, I feel like that was the game that put him, like, in that elite prospect category, and it was a no-brainer, even though that wasn't even our need at the time.
No.
But you like we go back to the point of at the ending point here at the point of Drake May getting drafted too. You get the guy, you start there, and that was the position they were in because they didn't have the guy. They thought they did, and Mac Jones wasn't the guy. And then Bill Belichick was still in lieu, and then Matt Patricia. It's just like Matt Patricia calling plays for offense, which made no fucking sense. Like I think Bill Belichick just wanted to be with his buddies because he knew he was on his way out the door.
Yeah.
So you switch that up.
Was part of that shit too. That's the fucked up part. You had a defensive coordinator and a special team coach calling offense. That never worked out.
Yeah.
Yep. That's never gonna work. Like I don't care.
Frankly, there's no because it's them and and because you have Bill Belichick on as your head coach, they managed to win 8 games.
Yep, absolutely.
That only happens. The only reason you get 8 wins out of that is because you have a great defense and Bill Belichick as your coach. But anywhere else, you're not sniffing that. That's how that worked, and it worked well enough that there was a shot at the playoffs in the last week here. That's the crazy part. That's how life is in New England. That's the fucked up part. You know what I'm saying? But I also want to mention before we move on to the next game.
Yeah, talk to me, bro.
Real quick. Did anybody notice the Stephon Diggs touchdown drive at the goal line? Did you notice something that Josh McDaniels cooked up that you wouldn't have thought about with Bill Belichick being a head coach? You've never seen a quarterback purposely at the 1-yard line not try to score when the other team has no timeouts.
Yep.
I've never in the years I've been alive watching this Patriots team, you've never seen Bill Belichick do no shit like that. That's how you can tell the difference in Mike Vrabel and Bill Belichick. When these guys had no timeouts, the Bucs had no timeouts. They said, "Okay, Drake May, we want you to do a quarterback sneak, but don't try and score. Just go down." Boom, he goes down. You run 2 plays, they don't work. Okay, fine. You draw up a 4th down play for Stephon Diggs. He gets a great toe tap touchdown grab. All right, cool. That
Tony toe tap.
The whole minute off the clock. You don't see you didn't see that. You would never have saw that from Belichick. But because it's Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniels, now they work more cohesively. That's how the smartness, the new age of the NFL has played into this Patriots team.
Yep.
Never would have saw that well. Bill Belichick has been a head coach, and you saw a lot of shit though. You saw a lot of shit with him being a head coach, doing certain things, running off clocks, doing certain penalties. You know what I'm saying? Using his tricks. But that right there just shows you the difference. I'm like, yeah, this is the new thinking. This is the new mindset of this team. I tell you, man.
Yep.
Like, you see a lot of shit even this year with this team and how they've run things. It's like, no, I haven't really seen that.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But other than that, yeah, like that's about it. That's in terms of me, what I gotta say. That's about it for them Pats.
So Ben, I was gonna say, Ben, what are your thoughts on the Patriots game?
I mean, honestly, I would go. I'll start by saying I had the Buccaneers. So for me, it was 50-50, and I went with the Buccaneers side. And I'm not surprised. Like, I'm not shocked that the Patriots won because they're very good. They're legit now. You beat a very good defense. Mm-hmm. And that just shows like, okay, Pats can do something this year and like get far. Mm-hmm. And also one thing that I found interesting is like before the Trayvon Anderson second touchdown, he looked at the coaching staff like on the bench. And he's like,
"Oh yeah!"
It was like, "Can I score?" It was like, "Yeah, you can go." And he went to the end zone. I found that really interesting. That just shows like the mental side of things. Like, okay, do I need to do that? Do that? Okay, I can score. Okay, I found that really interesting.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up too because with the whole thing at the goal line of just kind of wasting the clock instead of actually scoring, it just made me think of the last touchdown where Trayvon looked towards the bench, but like, "Yo, should I stop or go here?"
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
And quite frankly, I mean, even if he did stop, if he stopped right at the 1, you know, then you still burn clock. But I'm glad he scored because 1, you finish off the play, and 2, at that moment, okay, boom, now you're up 11 points. You feel me?
Yeah.
Now the Bucs have to go down and try to score. You know what I'm saying? So actually,
they have to score twice.
Yeah,
exactly.
Pretty much the Buccaneers would have to hope for score and then also get an onside kick there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. And good thing they didn't. Good thing Stephon Diggs won the game right there.
Oh yeah, Stephon Diggs, with that recovery.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Absolutely. And looking forward to this season too. The Pats have a pretty favorable schedule. And you want to, these two, the Bills and the Buccaneers teams were obviously circled games. No one really thought we were going to lose to the Raiders. I don't think anyone thought we were going to lose to the Raiders.
No.
That was a fluke. I think that was just one bad day, to be real with you. I really don't think that it was that big of a deal. Mm-hmm. So
it was first game of the season. Y'all are getting warned.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean? So, you look at the situations like that too as well. And, I just got the link for also for those that don't watch, sorry, real quick, we'll go right back to the ending here on this point, and then we'll kick it to the other games. So if you guys watched on our YouTube, go on our YouTube. I played for the Blue Devils flag football team. And we had our championship game today. It was a semifinal game. For us, it was like a championship game because we needed to win today. It was against a team called Fresh Cakes, very good team. Pause. They were a great team. Shout out to Fresh Cakes. They did an awesome job today. We just couldn't score today. I dropped the pass today. We got the ball batted down on numerous drives. They were blanketing everybody deep down the field. It looks like they were really paying attention to us. It really looks like, I can't lie. I was open all game though. That was the one time I got the ball thrown to me too. So I was open though. I beat my man on a go a lot of times. A lot of times also on stop routes. I had him beat a little bit over the top, over the zone. For any of you that cover flat, a little bit of a hard flat zone they were playing. And a middle guy just running around in case anything came across the middle, and then the safety takes the deep man. So I was beating my guy consistently one-on-one on the left, and I just didn't get the looks. So,
that's unfortunate.
Ben was disappointed when you said you dropped the pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, I was disappointed. You'll see on film, I laid on the fucking ground, heated. Like you guys will see it on the YouTube video. I'm gonna edit it tonight. You guys can see it tomorrow. But who the fuck keeps calling the group chat, bro? This is shit. It's fucking annoying, bro. Get your boy, Ant. Get your fucking boy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro. Get your boy,
Wow.
bro. I'm over here trying to fucking.
Wow.
Bro, what is this nigga doing, bro?
I don't know. Shit.
Bro, I need my stats, bro. This nigga is fucking my shit up.
This is embarrassing.
Yes.
Yo, literally, I'm about to kick this nigga. Like literally. Bro.
Shit.
Tell me, nigga.
Oh my god.
I hate when they do that.
Like,
Yeah,
what are you calling the fucking group chat for?
That's
It's
why
Instagram.
That's why I have it on mute.
It is on mute for
I
me.
mean-
It still goes through. I don't know. Instagram, bro, my Instagram is so fucked. Like I can
Yeah.
turn off calls and do X, Y, and Z and it still doesn't work.
Right.
So
Yeah, sorry about that. That literally call on Instagram literally kind of messed up my phone.
yeah. So
You're good.
but yeah, shout out great season, bro. RJ was an awesome team leader. A lot of guys we gelled and meshed together really well. Shout out Assad, Brendan, Derek, everybody, dude. Mr. Unk Mel. He was killing it today. Unk was killing it. He had some awesome catches today. They did him dirty on a fucking flag guard call. It was fucking crazy. He literally I don't the rest today were not in our favor either, but I can't necessarily blame it all on them because we just didn't play our best today. And the craziest part is we did play really well on defense. It's I think it was the highest scoring team in the league. And we were I think second or third highest scoring team in the league, and we only held them to 3 scores today. And even 2 of those scores, I think shouldn't have even happened. So, and I know that the guys would say the same thing. We did great on defense today. It's just offensively, this was the one game of the year where nothing clicked. And you guys will see the video tomorrow. But yeah, that was on a football though. Another side note, you guys can go follow us. We're doing the Winter League. It's an indoor Winter League. We're going to be streaming that on Twitch for Bay State Media. You guys can watch the games live. There will be, if I'm not mistaken, these games will be Jesse said no. I love all you guys. Jesse's my dog for that. Nigga's hilarious, bro. Yeah, that nigga's so funny, bro. He had me dying all season, bro. He's so funny, dog. But yeah, great team. We did a good job this week, man. But I unfortunately last week wasn't able to play because I had a couple things to do. I had to go see my dad and whatnot and do other stuff. So but yeah, we got the Winter League coming up. I can't wait for you guys to see the last video of the season. It's gonna be awesome. I've been scrubbing. I was scrubbing it today while I was watching football with Ben. So I was doing some video scrubbing. But yeah, that'll come out tomorrow. And Nero, if you're looking to play some flag, it's indoors. It's in Peabody. It's an indoor. You remember? Actually, Nero, you probably might remember, but we used to have like preseason there for the North Shore Generals. So it's like it's an indoor spot. It's like above the whole entire gym. It's so sick. It's in Peabody.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a turf field. It's not 100 yards. I think it's like 60. I think if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Word.
Yeah. So
I bet.
pretty sick. I'm definitely gonna go there, get some reps with the guys if they're ever ready to go get reps. I know the guys definitely been getting reps. But we're also, for those that are watching on Twitch, we are on YouTube as well. Go to our YouTube. We are live on YouTube. We will be on both. So, but to kick right back into these games real quick, let's start off with, let's shit on the Bills real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's sit on the Bills.
Is Stewart having a resurgence here or what?
Yeah.
I will say one thing.
Yeah.
Before this game, Tua had a good game. What was it? Monday Night Football
No.
or Thursday Night Football? What was it? Against the Falcons, right?
I think it was.
Yeah,
That
it
was
was
a
like 2
regular
Sundays ago,
Sunday
yeah.
1 p.m. game.
Regular Sunday,
Yeah, he had a decent game. Like I think the problem is the issue is Mike McDaniel.
Yeah.
I don't think Tua's horrible. He's not the greatest, bro. I will obviously, as we all know, But if I'm not mistaken, Tua's put up a 4,000-yard season, so it's not like bro's incapable.
Right.
It's not like he's incapable, and the defense is a pile of shit.
Mhm.
So you look at that situation too, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, is he gonna get help? I mean, you can only do so much with Dwayne Eskridge and Jalen Waddle's the main target. Obviously, there's no Tyreek Hill, and Tyreek Hill may never be the same again. For real.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He may never be the same again because his whole game is predicated on speed. So you take that away, he's actually not the most polished route runner at all.
No.
And his athleticism, I think his jumping ability too. We've seen him make some nice head top catches before when he was on the Chiefs, sometimes on Miami, and his best season in Miami when he almost had 2,000 yards. I felt like that was the season where he almost had 2,000 yards, where we saw the whole thing come into play. And that was Tua's best season because Waddle and Hill were healthy.
Right.
And, they didn't get too far in the playoffs. So at least we've seen Tua be capable of more than just being good. We've seen him be great before.
Yeah.
And I think right now the odds aren't stacked in his favor, but I also think Mike McDaniel is too overwhelmed with being a head coach. I just think he's lost the gas with that. And, he's like, every week it's just this demeanor. He just looks drained. Like, if you watch his press conferences, he just looks fucked up, like, in the head. Like he doesn't even know what to do, how to fix it. And then you come out and, you have a good game against it was the Falcons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. So
the Falcons were the week 8, by the way. Just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Okay. So 2 weeks ago, that was like
Kirk Cousins was a starter.
You said what?
And that's when Kirk Cousins started for the Falcons.
Yeah. So even though Kirk started, at least you wanted to see Tua have a good game.
Mm.
So wait, so the Dolphins lost to the Ravens last game on Thursday night.
Thursday night last week. Yeah,
I see that now.
Yeah. So, you look at that situation too as well, and you look at that and you just see okay, is Tua capable? Yes. Is any quarterback capable with a good team around them?
Yes.
Yes, and no.
Mm-hmm.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
I feel like
And no. Yeah.
So we've seen Tua at this point with Mike McDaniel. I think the Mike McDaniel thing is over with. Like, forget the hot seat. Like, he was on the hot seat last year. Like, I think like this is the year he's done. I think he's done. And I'm not.
He's going for the rest of the year at least.
Yeah, I think he's done after this year though.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah.
They're not going to want to deal with this shit much longer. And I think what needs to also be talked about is what the fuck is Sean McDermott doing?
Yeah,
I'm confused.
Yeah,
I'm really confused.
Yeah,
Josh Allen had the worst game of the season he's had all year. It might have been the worst game of Josh Allen's career. It might have been.
And he still put up 300 yards.
It might, in terms of overall play, this might have been Josh Allen's worst game in his whole entire career. Like, I don't think I've ever seen him play that bad. And like I said before earlier, Keon Coleman hasn't found his role yet.
yeah.
I think they're asking him to be something he's not.
Mhm.
And I don't want to say Keon Coleman wasn't talented at Florida State. I just never thought he was a wide receiver number 1.
Right.
I just never thought he was that good. And that's not to say he's not good at all or that he can't be, because his skill set in terms of athleticism, jump balls, going downfield, running downfield routes, it's there. It's just the underneath stuff, running over the middle, crossers, drags, digs. I don't think his route tree is refined enough for him to be forced into the role that he's being forced into because of where he was drafted. And I don't think that there probably was a better option at that pick for them in terms of going for a receiver. But Khalil Shakir is not a wide receiver number 1. He's barely a wide receiver number 2.
Yeah.
He's barely.
He's more of a 3 for real.
He's more of a exactly.
Maybe even a 4. Truthfully, that's the fucked up part.
Yeah. And Josh Allen has made this offense look so good post Stephon Diggs that you start to ask yourself, is it really his fault? Or is Sean McDermott really the problem right now? Because I think Sean McDermott, if they can't get over the hump again and they lose to if they lose to the Patriots or the Colts, he's out of there. There's no question Sean McDermott's getting fired. If he loses to you can live with losing to the Chiefs because you've lost to them every fucking year.
Right.
You can live with that. But if you lose to Daniel Jones or Drake May, you gotta go. You gotta go because I can't. And they have Joey Bosa. You know what I mean? And they've shored up the defense, and it's like, what's not working? It has to be coaching at this point because you look at that roster, and you can't tell me that roster shouldn't be where at least the Bills and the Colts are.
Right.
I mean, the Bills. I'm sorry, the Pats and the Colts are.
Exactly.
So, what do you guys think? Who do you think? You think the problem is on Sean McDermott, or is this Bills team underperforming?
Well, personally, like, here's the thing. They've managed to get through at least up until this week. They're the way how you look at this team, like, okay, they're fine. Like, they're not, what's the word I'm gonna say? That they're a good team, but they don't truly scare you. You just know that, okay, against teams that are inferior, you should be able to win. You have Josh Allen as your quarterback. Your defense is smooth. Your offensive line is smooth. But you have just like how Drake May is here in New England that we get to see every week. You have a guy that can use his legs and he has a rocket arm. You feel me? And against the bad teams, you should win. Now, you've had a few surprises this year. It started with New England, and then it goes to the Falcons, and now this week where it's like, okay, this team is good, but why are they playing down a level in terms of competition when it comes to a team like the Dolphins? You feel me? That, like, it has to do with coaching, but I think also it's a couple of these games, especially the last two losses against the Falcons and the Dolphins. They just really didn't look like they went out there to play. Real shit.
No, yeah.
Like, especially just at the start of the game, the vibes of that of how both of them started out, it's like, yeah, these guys aren't out here ready. They're not.
You
know, and I think it's coaching to an extent, but I think it's also the morality. That's what I really think. I think that there's either something going on, or it's something that's feeding off of Sean McDermott, that these guys in certain games, they don't give a fuck. Like, they almost blew a game against the Saints.
Yep.
You feel me? Like, there's been a few games this year where they've won, but they've easily almost blown. So I think it has to be something with Sean McDermott. Maybe he's losing his spark in the locker room. But it also doesn't help that your number one receiver can't get separation.
Yeah.
And that's what it starts out from, too. James Cook has been fine. You know what I'm saying? The offensive line has been smooth. It's been tough at times, but it's been okay. If your wide receiver one can't get any separation, it's really hard to move the ball down the field. And if you're Josh Allen relying on your legs, you can do that. But just know that he's one bad hit away from a lot of the shit fucking up for y'all and possibly for your future. So if I were to say, especially look on the output right now and on your take, Mari, about this team, truthfully, by the end of the year, if it doesn't work out, I think Sean McDermott gets fired. I think you might have to go get a more offensive-minded coach, a head coach-wise, to really look at this offense and try to dissect it, starting with Josh Allen and James Cook, et cetera.
Right.
But what you also have to it's also kind of funny to think about. They tried to trade the bank early this week for Jalen Waddle, and Jalen Waddle killed you. The Dolphins didn't want to trade him, and Jalen Waddle went out there and killed you guys tonight. So that right there, if you want to settle for Jalen Waddle, yeah, you're making a mistake. What you should have did, and you're going to have to do it now in the offseason, you should have tried to sell that same bank to the Vikings and try to get Justin Jefferson. And if they want to really contend for a Super Bowl, you're going to have to do that in the offseason. The one thing that they should do this offseason is you got to try to break the bank for Justin Jefferson, just like how you did for Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
It's really the only thing holding them back right now is the wide receivers. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And quite frankly, it's always been the wide receivers.
Yep.
If you think about it, and it's not, I'm not saying Stephon Diggs is holding them back. There just wasn't a collective effort of help on that wide, regardless of wide receivers, to help Stephon Diggs to elevate that team. Now there's nobody. Keon White ain't shit. Khalil Shakir, he struggles because nobody else can get separation. He can't get open.
Right.
You have to get a premium wide receiver in order to contend for a Super Bowl. The team is okay, but if you can get that wide receiver in the offseason, like a Justin Jefferson, like a A.J. Brown, but preferably Justin Jefferson, then it changes the whole outlook of the team. Quite frankly.
Absolutely.
That's the tough thing about it, truthfully. You know?
Yep.
I just don't know why they would want to try to settle for Jalen Waddle. Like that would have done something.
Yeah. I think if you're right about the Stephon Diggs thing, like I think he was just used as a scapegoat.
Yeah.
Like you know, if I'm not mistaken, right? Let me just double check to make sure. I almost want to say he put up a 14 to 1300 yard season with them on multiple occasions.
Yeah.
So you look at that and you look at how much, and that was when he's still in his prime.
Right.
You're seeing it now. He's still in his prime. So that whole Stephon Diggs is washed thing that the Buffalo media tried to say, that's been all thrown out the window.
Right.
That is not clear anymore that's the case. So Stephon Diggs, in his time there, you look at Buffalo, his years in Buffalo, he had a 1,500 yard season his first year there. He had a 1,400 yard season 2 years later. In between that, he had 1,200 yard season, and then 2023 he had an 1,100 yard season. Houston, he was banged up, so you give him a little leeway. But right now, midway through the season, he's got 500 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Right.
Like he keeps going on this pace, he'll have another 1,000 yard season. And this is a guy who consistently has reached 1,000 yards, barring 2024. He reached it for looks like 6 years straight. That's hard to do. And then 2 years of double-digit touchdowns is hard to do. And they thought he was just replaceable. And now you're seeing Keon Coleman isn't even half of what Stephon Diggs is.
Nope.
And I think I can't obviously blame it all the way on Sean McDermott. I don't think the front office has done the best job of keeping these guys in play when it comes to free agency or anything else. I think they rely so much on Josh Allen, and Josh Allen has brought them to the AFC Championship so many times based on account of his talent. And you just look at it and you ask yourself, like, you look at the stats today. This is unbelievable, bro. Like, and unacceptable. I think it's just unacceptable. And the defense got fucking smacked around, bro. You let this depleted Dolphins team put up 370 yards, dude, and 197 rushing yards. They were almost tied in first downs. They had 2 interceptions. That's on Josh Allen. And they had less penalties. The Bills had more penalties to them. 67 penalty yards to 35 penalty yards is egregious.
Yeah, it is.
And you still won in time of possession, even though it was almost even. Yeah. And Josh Allen, like you said, 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Like, even then, James Cook had a fucking horrible game today and fumbled. Mm-hmm. So, like, James Cook can't be the end all be all. We've seen James Cook and Josh Allen be the end all be all. And you look at the receiving numbers. It's so fucking spread out. There's not a clear cut guy. Shakir, 58 yards. Coleman, 46 yards. Kincaid, 37 yards. Knox, 37 yards. Hawes, 26 yards. James Cook, 24 yards. Johnson, 24 yards. Shavers, 24 yards. Curtis Samuel, 21 yards. There's no clear. It sounds like to me Josh Allen was having to spread the ball around because he didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
There's no guy. And I feel like even the defense today, Bishop had the safety Bishop. He had an interception. Hairston had an interception. And even with those 2 interceptions, the defense still was almost non-existent. You have about 9 to 10 guys here with only 1 tackle.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
That is a problem.
That's an issue. And there's only one guy. There's one guy who had there's 3 guys who only had above 5 tackles today. That's a problem. No sacks either.
And also to be listed, I don't even think it was necessarily the most amazing game by Tua because he only had like 173 yards and 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. It was very, I guess in a way, a pretty dominant game, at least looking by the stats, by Devon Achane, who had 174 yards and 2 touchdowns. So it looks like they had a tough time slowing down Devon Achane in this game.
Right.
Absolutely. And not only that, too, the defense had 4 turnovers today. Mm-hmm. Any chance I can to shit on the Bills, I'll do it. As much as I love Josh Allen and James Cook, any chance I take, this shit's unacceptable. It's fucking disgusting. It's gross. Like what we're watching right now. It's gross what we're seeing from the Bills week in, week out. And I don't know how else anyone else feels about Sean McDermott, but I think Nero hit the nail on the head. It just gets to a point where you can't rely on these 2 guys so much enough to a point. And like he said, even when Stephon Diggs was here, the supporting cast wasn't it.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but the rest of you guys, how do you feel about the Bills this week? Talk to me.
Disappointing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Thanks, Captain Obvious. Like the Ravens, like the Ravens.
We won,
You heard it.
Yeah.
I
By the
mean-
skin. Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
but the
We'll
skin
get
of our
to
team.
that,
Yeah, no.
but-
We'll get to
Well,
that.
I mean, when it
Honestly-
comes to the Bills' performance this week, I mean, because like obviously I missed a decent amount of action. I wasn't home. I was at church. It was
Yes, sir. Man of God. Man of God.
But well, I checked the score and I saw the Bills only had 13 points against the Dolphins, and I was like, how?
Yeah.
Want to know
Yep.
how? You really want to know how? Because they're a bunch of fucking frauds, cuz. They're
Mhm.
frauds. They've been
Yeah.
frauds since week 5. They're frauds.
Like,
They're frauds.
Like,
They made these guys right there made them frauds. I'm gonna tell you. That's what it is, bro. They're frauds.
like what?
Real shit. They've been frauds for the last 5 years.
Yep.
I mean,
Frauds.
look,
Amari
Talk
knows
that
he
shit.
saw the fraudness.
Look,
Every
hey.
year they've seen the fraudness. Whether it was the bit, whether it was the
Whoop them
Chiefs.
niggas ass.
You feel me? Whether I don't even want. Let keep going, but I just know that they're frauds. They're gonna
Yep.
do the same
Nah.
shit like they've done every single year. They're the same.
Yep.
They're the
Nah.
same organization that lost 4 Super Bowls in a row.
Mm-hmm.
What does that tell you?
that.
They're
Let them know,
frauds.
Nero.
Yeah,
Let
no,
'em know.
Yeah, we weren't even
What-
alive for that.
That's exactly.
Now,
No, we weren't alive
Now,
for that.
what-
Nobody
what-
was.
None of us were
No.
alive for that. That was like
Nobody was.
early. I think it was like
early 90s,
late.
early 90s, yeah.
Yeah, like 90 to the 94 or something crazy like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, type shit. Yep.
like, what I will say is if the Ravens came in that bitch in Miami and dropped 26 and 28, I was expecting the Bills to like not necessarily like all like 100% do more, but like do something kind of on the same level. Or like that the Ravens held the Ravens defense after like all the what's the word I'm looking for here? Whatever the hell they've been this season.
Mhm.
They held them to 6 points, and all of a sudden the Dolphins dropped 30 on the Bills.
Mhm.
I know the Bills defense is not great, and the Ravens have like a lot of name brands, but the Ravens defense hasn't been amazing so far this season either.
Yep.
And I don't know. I don't know. Like the Bills,
You want to know
the
why
Bills.
we've been
This
amazing?
might be the fall off.
You
This
want to
might
know
be the
why?
fall-off.
You want to know why we've been amazing? We were riddled with injuries before the bye.
Nah, you guys suck. That's really what it is. You guys fucking suck.
Lamar gets hurt, and you think your whole team's hurt. All right.
You know,
Look, if
No,
you
you-
look
We
at
all
the
know the
injury,
You guys
Patriots are
suck.
the true
If you
number
guys
one
suck.
team in the
if you look at the
Come on.
injury report,
Come on,
Yeah.
everyone.
I looked and they still suck. I looked.
Suck.
You-
Y'all
couldn't-
beat the
listen,
Vikings today.
listen.
Congrats.
You
Oh my
beat
God.
JJ McCarthy. Like, get off your high horse.
Congrats.
You beat. Congratulations. You beat an overrated quarterback today.
Congrats.
Wow. Yeah.
Is it-
Good.
Huh?
Good job.
Is
Good
he
job.
Is
And-
he your fantasy QB?
And I'll tell you. No, he's my backup. Nigga, I got Daniel Jones. What the fuck do I need JJ for?
That's right.
What do I need JJ McCarthy for?
Bro,
What? I have Daniel Jones.
trade.
What?
You forgot about the trade.
Come on now, big DJ over here. DJ for as much as I love Drake May, I'm DJ for MVP right now, bro. Actually, I'm more. You know what? This is fucked up too, because I had your back before this whole thing started, and your fraudulent ass fucking QB came out the first game of the fucking season and sold to that other fraudulent ass QB. Now look at 2 frauds in the same spot together. Look at you. 2 frauds in the same spot together. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. And look at that shit. He came out. Your quarterback lost to the biggest fraud of the whole season so far. And you beat JJ McCarthy now. Oh, everything's back to normal. Yo, you guys are playing Lamar injured right now too. Don't forget about that. You can visibly see when he's out there. That nigga should not be running right now.
Yeah.
He can't. He literally can't escape. He's visibly still hurt, and you guys are playing him still. He's gonna get hurt again. because of you guys playing him again. He's visibly, clearly not ready to come back. Like this Ravens team, okay, whatever. The defense was banged up for like 5 weeks. All right, cool. I'll give you the defense. That's fine. But it's not like your whole entire offense was hurt, and it's not like Cooper Rush is complete ass. Let's not. He's not complete garbage.
The Utley was better.
So okay, he's also not. He made the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, no, I'm not calling him bad. What's wrong?
He's serviceable. So it's like
I'm not calling him bad.
you know,
let's not
if
forget
John
to
Harbaugh
mention-
is such a good coach, because he should be on his way out the fucking door.
I
John
know.
Harbaugh
I agree
Harbaugh
with
needs
you.
to go.
I agree with you.
JJ
Harbaugh
McCarthy
needs to go.
had more scrimmage
agree.
yards than Lamar Jackson today.
Yeah.
Like who?
Yeah.
Who did?
JJ McCarthy had more passing yards than Lamar Jackson had passing and rushing combined.
Wow.
Who won the
Today.
game?
I'll be back. I got to take a walk.
Oh,
Yeah,
come
do your thing.
on,
Do your thing.
dude.
No.
Who
I
won
have,
the
but I
game?
have to
Of course,
because I
they're
just
gonna
heard
beat
that. I
the
didn't even know
Vikings,
that.
bro.
I have to take a walk. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
He needs some air.
Of course,
He
y'all
needs
beat
to
the
get his
Vikings,
shit-
bro. It's the Vikings. It's the Vikings. Of course, y'all beat the Vikings.
Yep.
It's
And
Let
that-
me get
but
some
y'all-
water,
but
too,
he
while I'm
still
at it.
got
What-
outpassed by JJ McCarthy. That's my point.
We
here.
won the game. It doesn't matter.
Oh my god.
You want to know why you won the game? Because JJ McCarthy's still a first-year quarterback, nigga.
Okay.
Exactly.
What? He's
Yeah,
still
yeah.
technically a rookie. If you
Thank you, Sher-
really think about it, he's
Thank
still
you,
a
Sherlock.
I wouldn't
rookie.
even be surprised if y'all lose to the Browns next week at this.
Yeah, dead ass.
We beat them second week. Are you mad?
Yeah, but you beat the. Okay, yeah, I don't know. Let's remind you, bro. You guys are 4-5, brother.
Week 2 and week 11 is different, brother.
The Browns might, and I'll tell you, I'm not gonna skip games here, so I'll get to the Browns. We'll get to the Browns in a second, but since we're on the Ravens game and everybody gave their thoughts on the Bills pretty much collectively, let me just read this to you because you think you won the game today, but I'll just tell you, they had more yards than you, they had more passing yards than you.
That's not my point.
Your point is you still got a W, but okay, whatever.
Yeah, which I don't care about the stats. We
Bro,
won.
you guys had 3 turnovers and 13 penalties, bro. You're lucky JJ McCarthy is literally a
we didn't have any
See,
penalties as the Vikings.
Now, see, look, whenever we beat
Okay,
the Red Sox
listen,
and
hold
I
on.
was saying
Listen,
we won the game.
listen. This is the Vikings.
Yeah.
I'm reading this to you. And this was still a touchdown within a touchdown game. This is what I'm reading to you right now, Ben. This is sad. And JJ McCarthy still, even then, had 248 yards and a touchdown. Still, you're lucky they literally have no running game. Aaron Jones is washed up, and Jordan Mason is, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him. I really don't know what his excuse is. He shouldn't be as bad as he is. But you let Jalen Naylor get 124 yards. You don't think that this is a fucking issue? You don't think that these are problems? And then on top of that, not only the defense today created how many turnovers, bro? 3 turnovers. I can understand that your defense created 3 turnovers, but then again, you guys' defense and you spent too much fucking money, and Harbaugh's supposed to be this fucking amazing coach that you Baltimore Ravens fan prop up every single fucking year to lose in the first round.
I am not part of those fans. I went out of the fucking door. I've been
To
out of
lose in the first
I've
round.
been
So
out of
like,
this shit.
and you look at this schedule, right? This schedule, I don't know. It ain't so easy in terms of the defenses y'all niggas got to face. I'll tell you that too, because that's also another thing. You guys have to go up against the Browns. You guys got to go up against you guys got to go up against the Pats too, and the Packers, and the Steelers
Twice. Yeah,
twice. So you guys might not even make the playoffs. Real shit.
And,
But I will
and,
say this.
and
Let me say this real quick on the
Oh,
Ravens.
there you go.
Yeah, go ahead, guys.
They're
Give your
doing-
thoughts.
I'll give Ben this. They're doing well enough that the Pats Ravens game might get flexed to a prime time game. So at least you can that right there. No, and I'm not even saying that negatively. At least they're doing well. That for Patriots fans, we might be able to see Drake May, Lamar Jackson maybe on a Sunday night or a fucking Monday Night Football. You
Yes,
feel me?
that's week 18, right?
No, that's like week what?
No,
No, that's like week
It's
like 14, 15, something like that.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's towards the end of the
I think
season though.
I think it's like after the Bills game.
Yeah.
Well, I will just tell you right now since I'm looking at it.
I'll go
I
on
think
it.
it's what
I'm
Giants
on it as well.
Bills. No,
The
Giants
Patriots, they play the
Bengals Bills.
Patriots. They play the Patriots like week 16.
Oh, week 16? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
honestly, so it might end up being on a Saturday. They might
Yeah.
throw it on a Saturday.
Yeah,
they might.
Yeah. But
So
regardless, I mean, 3 straight wins. I mean, hey, you got 3 straight wins. That's cool. Fine. You know, at least you guys are winning. But you guys are winning kind of like, what's the word I'm going to say? You're not winning efficiently. You're winning because either the other team sucks and they have a bad QB, or you're winning because you're just getting lucky. In a sense. But that's still a win. In the positive part, that's still a win.
Yes.
But that shit could also come to bite you in the ass when you play when you do end up playing somebody who's smooth.
And we smacked y'all. We smacked the shit out of y'all. The Lions smacked the shit out of y'all. Bro, the Bills smacked the shit out of y'all the first week. The only wins. Okay, the Browns.
Browns, Bears,
the Browns. Crazy work. Like I like as much as I defend Josh Allen, I can't defend that nigga no more. I can't defend Lamar no more either. Nope, can't do it. I'm over it. You know what I mean? Like it just and Harbaugh, I never really liked him anyways. Nigga's a fucking choke artist. He's been riding that fucking Super Bowl he won with Joe Flacco ever since. Like he didn't have literally probably one of the greatest defense in any era ever. So you look at this Ravens team and it is upsetting, but what are you guys' thoughts on, I guess, JJ McCarthy's play too against the Ravens and how the Ravens defense fared?
Well,
actually,
I mean,
you go first. Yeah. Go first.
I also wanted to point out though before kind of moved on to JJ. Notice how Ben was saying like remember whenever the Yankees won Game 3 against the Red Sox, and I was saying, "Oh, we won. I don't really care about the stats."
Yeah.
No. That is not the same
right
thing.
No,
No, it is because don't lie, Ben. You guys pitched really fucking bad against the Yankees, and we pitched better against the Yankees than you guys did. Yes, that shit is true. That shit is true.
But
continue.
Anyway, JJ did throw he ended up throwing 2 picks against the Ravens today. I think this is like his first or second start back since Carson Wentz got hurt or benched or whatever. Second. So Jalen Naylor had half of JJ McCarthy's passing yards today. And I think he also had a touchdown.
You want to know why? You want to know why? Because we were all on Jefferson.
I mean, yeah, I probably should be all up on Jefferson. Pause.
Right.
I mean, Jefferson and Edison are main guys y'all supposed to be guarding. I mean, it's kind of like how Belichick knew he's supposed to guard Ocho Cinco. Like,
we just let Naylor be open so much.
So I mean, I guess he was able to find Naylor today, who had 124 yards and 1 touchdown. So there's that. But I mean, Aaron Jones had a rushing touchdown. Looking at it, I mean, 248 passing yards, and 48 rushing yards for JJ McCarthy today. But also with the 2 picks. It's an interesting game. It still kind of makes me question JJ McCarthy a little bit. Like at least he was able to get near 250, but he's still growing at that passing spot to a degree. And I don't know, like I mean, no one's really been able to do what Sam Darnold or Kirk Cousins did with that Viking offense quite
Thank you,
yet
Mr.
for
Obvious.
the Vikings. So yeah, well, I mean, I'm just saying, but probably Man. Yeah, the Vikings just put themselves in such a predicament, man. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of like what Amari said in an earlier live or podcast. Like they really had Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones at one point, and now look what's happened.
Yep.
So,
I mean,
Also-
truthfully. Oh no, go ahead. Yeah, keep going, Dan. No, you're good. You're good. My fault.
I mean, it's just weird for Minnesota right now, man. Like offensively, they gotta get it together. Um, so I really got from them right now. And
No, facts. I mean, I'll tell you this, Ed, real shit, and to everybody else. JJ McCarthy, truthfully, probably should have sat for like they probably how Kevin O'Connell should have did this is he kind of low key should have went more than Mahomes route and actually sat him for a couple years or even the Jordan Love route.
Mhm.
You could whether it was Kirk Cousins or Sam Darnold, whoever it was, and obviously last year was Sam Darnold.
Yep.
If I was them, I probably would have given in this offseason, I probably would have given Sam Darnold like a 2-year deal with a lot of money, and then just expected and just had JJ McCarthy. Hey, listen, sit back. I want you to sit back, watch, see what this guy does. I want you to learn how to be a professional, see what he does to be a professional, shit like that. Okay, fine. You didn't want to go that route. You went the route of him having to be the man. Now, you should have known when you gave him that opportunity that injuries could happen. Because last year, this what was it? This nigga in the first game of the preseason fucked up his knee. All right, boom.
Yeah.
You lose your whole rookie year. Now, this is officially your rookie year, and you get banged up in the third game of the year. You feel me? So
Right.
there's already an injury stigma to this kid, right?
Mhm.
And on top of that, him missing all that time and not being able to be on the field and not being able to practice, you just expect him to go out there and start throwing for 350 yards, 4 touchdowns? No, nigga, the nigga don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's not there. He's not there yet. And
Right.
it's not to say that he can't get there, but you should have had a much better plan
Right.
to have in store if he were to be injured. Because Carson Wentz was never going to be the answer.
Right.
Carson Wentz wasn't,
No.
Carson Wentz couldn't get it done in Indy, couldn't get it done in fucking in Washington. And before that
Right.
with Philadelphia, it was injuries with him too. So you couldn't expect Carson Wentz to go in there and be the savior.
Mhm.
That's what Nick Foles was,
Yep.
right?
we're
Yeah.
not
That's what
going to
Nick
see the
Foles was. He wasn't going to
2017
do that.
version of
You
him
feel me?
again.
So that like the Vikings themselves put themselves in a position because they felt they wanted to put it all on this kid when they really should have went baby steps. That's
Yep.
really where the problem went. And now you got Justin, you're basically wasting Justin Jefferson's year this year. He's still
Mhm.
doing well. He only has 2 touchdowns on the year.
Right.
And again, it's hard to get him the ball when the quarterback isn't all there yet, and and defenses are disguising him, and you can't
Right.
get the ball to everybody else. Well, it's hard to win games unless you're playing bad teams. You'll be able to win those games because of the team that
Right.
you have. But against
Right.
the upper echelon teams right now, it's really like you're not going to really get too far, truthfully.
Yep.
But again, there's still time for the kid to grow. But if you're looking at the now, like the right now, your team's in a tough spot. That's
Yeah.
what it comes down to.
And also, to talk about, the Vikings also had 13 penalties for over 100 yards.
Yes.
That is literally a touchdown
Yep.
in yardage.
Yes.
So you got to figure out something there. You cannot be having 100 yards in penalties.
Yo, shout out to Chris. He just clipped us for the first time. Our first clip is up on the internet. If you guys didn't see it, that shit's awesome.
Sir.
He's out clipping live. Yo, guys, we're gonna start clipping for you guys too before Ben takes the stand here to defend himself as a defendant. And
No,
we are
no,
the plaintiffs.
I was not gonna defend myself. I just wanted to add a point on the penalty.
Damn, bro's not even gonna defend himself. Weak.
Also, does anyone hear an echo, or am I the only one?
You're not the only one.
Yeah, there's a crazy echo.
I think
I don't know because it can't be on my side.
we can't hear from you, so it's your side.
There's no way.
When you talk, there's
Like
no
when
echo.
Nero was speaking, there was like an insane.
That was
Yeah, that it
crazy.
was. Yeah.
It was a
I-
crazy echo.
I have no idea. I have nothing else on. My phone's not on. This is the only thing that's on.
That's right.
I don't know. My microphone's weird. Somehow Ben got it.
Yeah, mine is fine.
Somehow Ben, we have the same microphone and his works normally.
Because mine is into a computer, you use it to a phone.
You know? But it
Mine's
works the same way there, you dingus.
Yeah.
Ben, how about you defend yourself, Ben?
No.
You don't got nothing to say because the ring.
I don't got
He's like, no. Not for real, Ben. How do you feel about the rest of your schedule? Like going into the rest of your schedule, how do you feel about your team after watching today?
I was just at one more point on the penalties and stuff. At one point of the game, I checked over and we had the Ravens had one penalty for 5 yards and the Vikings were like at 11 or 12 for like 70 something. So I was like, okay, well, maybe 70. All right. For the rest of the schedule, so we have Browns, Jets, Bengals, Steelers, Patriots, Packers, Steelers. It's gonna be tough. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fine. I think Browns, the Browns, the Jets, and the Bengals are gonna be not a test, but like prepare ourselves for the tougher matchups down the line. Like we have the Steelers right after that, then we back to the Bengals, then we have Pats, Packers, Steelers. So the easier matchup is gonna prepare us for the tougher, and it's gonna be a battle for whatever the outcome of those matchups are. And I'm not prepared for it. It's gonna be something. Especially against the Pats, because it can be but that game can be moved. It can be prime time. I'm not ready.
Yeah, I mean,
you better ready up, nigga.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
You better ready up. But I guess talking about first-year quarterbacks. How about that Giants game today, huh? How about that Giants game today? I thought that Giants game was pretty interesting. Prayers to Jackson Dart. We went to the locker room. He was in the middle.
Yeah,
He was
concussed.
He's concussed. Prayers up to Jackson Dart. Hopefully he'll be able to show up and show out this week. But 24-20 win for the Bears today. The Bears are on a roll. I'm concerned though about the Bears, and here's why.
I am too.
The offense looks really stagnant at certain times where it makes me question how good Ben Johnson is as a coach. Like he might be more of a I guess to start this point, actually, because it's going to tie into it. So Caleb Williams to me has looked stagnant at times.
Yeah.
And there's times where I feel like he runs around a lot. There's times where I feel like he holds on to the ball too long. And I think that the difference with the Lions was Jared Goff isn't the best decision maker, but he's a quick decision maker. He can't use his legs.
Right.
So he has to be a quick decision maker. Whereas Caleb, we saw him doing otherworldly things at USC. We've seen him have flashes of doing otherworldly things here in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is, and I feel like the problem that I'm having with him and with that is that he's just holding on to the ball too long, and some throws he missed. Like he had Roma Dunze over the top to the end zone on a straight go from the left during the game, and he just overthrew him.
Right.
And for a guy, you're a number one pick, bro. This is stuff that you should have improved on this past offseason. Even from last year, you're still kind of making the same mistakes. And yes, has Ben Johnson been able to dress this offense way better than Matt Nagy was able to dress this offense when they had Justin Fields and all that? Yes. Is this a better offense built? Absolutely. So Caleb Williams, to me, doesn't have any excuses. This team is 6-3. They really should be, honestly, they should be 8-1. Real shit. You look at the talent on that offense, DeAndre Swift, Cole Kmet, Colston Loveland, Roma Dunze, DJ Moore, Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson at the helm for offense. I think that this offense has looked too stagnant at times for them to be 6-3. And today they got outgained in terms of the offensive yards. The Giants had 431 yards today, and the Bears had 391 yards in total. And the Giants had 1 turnover. They had none. They had 10 penalties. And this game still was a 4-point game. And at one point, if I'm not mistaken, the Giants were winning 17-7. So
Yeah.
I look at that and I say, if they let them get out to these early types of leads, it's going to be a problem when you go to face down the stretch this year. And I'm still going to ride out my Bears take, which is I do think they're going to make the playoffs this year. I do. I don't see a reason why with that offense they shouldn't. And the defense has been good enough to win them games. And today, CJ Gardner-Johnson, fucking how about it?
Yeah.
9 tackles, 7 solo, 2 sacks, and a forced fumble. Shit, brother. Is this the CJ Gardner-Johnson revitalization story? Is it? It might be. So, you get a collective effort, and you had Montez Sweat today, 3 tackles, 2 solo, 1.5 sacks, beasting in between those trenches.
But they got to get more out of him, though. I will say that. Like he had a great game today, but they need to that's. I'm glad you mentioned him because at 6-3 right now, they're in a good spot. They're fine. You know what I'm saying? Because there's more to improve on that winning record. The one guy that actually has to start being more of a game wrecker is Montez Sweat. Because quite frankly, if Montez Sweat can't get going, it's going to be even more tough to rush the passer. Because so far this year, looking at Montez Sweat in the couple games I've watched, it's like he's out there, but there's a lot of times you don't notice him out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's there's times he's double covered and whatnot, guys, double teamed, I should say, and getting blocked. But even when he's out there against lesser competition, he's gone quiet. He needs to get in that mindset back to when a couple years ago when he got traded to the Bears and he went nuts. If he can get back onto that level, that's going to make this team way more better because the back end of the defense is already smooth. The linebacker core is already smooth. If he just wakes up, man, then then the Bears are really going to be a hard team to really beat on defense. You know what I'm saying? He just has to get going because I tell you, the game he had today, I'm like, yeah, this is the Montez Sweat we need to see. And I know it's against the Giants. I know their offensive line ain't that great. I know that. But the player he is, he has to have it going every week. I need to see more out of him because he's a first-round pick. He got the talent. He's a Pro Bowler. If he can elevate his game as the weeks go on to get this team in a playoff spot, I tell you, man, this team might surprise y'all in the playoffs. It really might.
And the Bears,
he just has to get going.
Absolutely, and they're averaging 25-plus points right now.
Right.
So it's there. It's there. And if we're talking about room for improvement, the sky is not the limit for them. It's above that.
Right.
Like you just said. So, you put up 20 plus a game, even though granted they got smacked by the Lions. That was really a telling no pass rush that game. So I'm glad you just brought that up because that leads into my next point, obviously, which you pretty much took it away with the pass rush. That was going to be my next point. So I'm awesome that you got that out the way. That pass rush we've seen in a lot of these games, even against the Bengals put up 42 points on them.
Right. And
today, it was a little bit non-existent. When you have to have CJ Gardner-Johnson have 2 sacks, it's a problem.
Yes.
It's an issue. And like you said, you need more out of that D line to really make a push in a playoff series or playoff series in a playoff run. If you want to win a divisional game, you have to. And you look at the schedule, you're going up against the Vikings. The Vikings are no slouches. Yes. You're going up against the Steelers, the Eagles, the Packers, the Browns. And that right there with even in that window of games is tough. And those are the next 4 games. And then you have to see after those 4 games, you have to see the Packers again directly after the Browns. So you play the Packers pretty much twice in 3 weeks.
Right.
So that another team that has an excellent pass rush and their run defense has been excellent this year. The offense has not looked as best to the ability as they possibly could, but Dontavion Wicks has been injured. Romeo Doubs was banged up to a certain point, if I'm not mistaken, earlier in the year. Yep. And then, Josh Jacobs is like I don't know what's up with him, really, to be quite honest with you. I couldn't tell you. I think they're really just game planning for him because he's the biggest offensive threat outside of Tucker Kraft. And then Tucker Kraft is done for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
So, this is a very vulnerable Packers team on offense that you should take advantage of. And, you look at it too, they end the year to play the 49ers and the Lions. This is not an easy schedule, chat.
No.
This is not an
No.
easy schedule at all whatsoever. And this is where we're going to see the Bears nut up or shut up. This is where we're going to see whether the Bears are a legit team or not. Because it's cool you could beat the Bengals. It's cool you could beat the Giants. You lost to the Ravens though, a depleted Ravens team. It's cool if you can beat the Commanders, a banged up team, but you only won that game by 1 point. You beat that, and then you play the Saints. The Saints, you beat them by 12 points.
Yeah.
Which, I thought, obviously, a Saints as a team, you should be putting up 40 points on.
Yes.
In my personal opinion. So, with especially with the talent. So, I think Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson need to go back to the drawing board a little bit. I think DJ Moore has to get more involved. I don't think DJ Moore is fucking involved enough.
No, he's not.
That's the problem I'm also having too.
He's not. And honestly, even that, Amari, I'm kind of glad you said that too. It even stems from last year too.
Yeah.
Damn. It stems from last year too, because even when it was DJ Moore, and Keenan Allen, and Rome Odunze,
yeah,
there was a lot of games also where he just wasn't utilized right as a field stretcher too. Now, he had a lot of catches. He almost had 1,000 yards. The production, you can look at the production. It's like, okay, no, he had a great year, which he did. It was smooth, but it could have been used better, right? Given, who was running the team. And obviously, it was Matt Eberflus, and he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. You know what I'm saying? So now you're in a situation right now where you look at how DJ Moore is. If you can use him similar to the Jameson Williams, even though he's not Jameson Williams, and he's a smaller frame with a little bit more muscle, a tougher guy.
Right.
If you can use him in that frame, that stretches the offense even more. You don't have to really just utilize him as a slot receiver. He's a slot, but he has a skill set where he can burn guys deep, and you haven't really seen that with him and Caleb Williams. I would want Ben Johnson to try to implement that more with him, because he offers a lot more than what he's been able to showcase, and it's gone quiet. Like you're gonna look at DJ Moore in the slot. You're gonna try to limit him because it's easier. If you can get him more on the outside at times, or if you're running him in the slot, run him more towards the outside when he's in the slot. It makes him more deadlier because he's shifty. He can get upfield. That's what you have to improve on. And
he's a great run after the catch player too.
Exactly. Yep. So if Ben Johnson can cook some shit up in terms of in that nature, then again, like even you mentioned, the sky's is not the limit, but it's not even at the sky. It's more than that. That's what I'm saying. If they actually just dissect what these guys really can do, this team can really make a surprise run in the playoff. Like they might be able to win a playoff game. Real shit. They could upset a team because they're good. It ain't like they suck. It's not like this is the Bears of the last couple of years. No, there's an actual offensive mastermind as your head coach, and it has shown. If he wasn't an offensive mastermind, this team wouldn't be 6-3 right now.
Right.
They probably might end up being like 2-7, 1-8. But you have a guy right there that knows what the fuck he's doing. So you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, if Montez Sweat continues to be on his shit, if they can start figuring out with DJ Moore, and instead of making him an afterthought, make him one of the focal points. There's more. There's going to be way more to this than what's already been shown.
Yep, absolutely. And I think that also, like I said, Ben Johnson, he definitely has to probably go back to the drawing board a little bit just to get DJ Moore more involved. And I think that's a great point you made, putting DJ Moore in the slot. But I get Rome Odunze is more of an X and a Z.
Yeah.
And DJ Moore can play the Y. But I would really like to see Olamide Zaccheaus just work in the slot and have Odunze and DJ Moore become the X and the Z more often. I don't think DJ Moore should be in the slot on that offense. I think he needs to either be on an island by himself, outside the numbers, or a little bit inside the numbers almost every play against certain teams. And he should just be attacking the deep part of the defense. And you get Rome Odunze in the medium mid part, and you can alternate them like that's a great point you made, because you can alternate them back and forth between the X and the Z to just send them out there. And let Olamide Zaccheaus work underneath. Olamide Zaccheaus is not a deep threat where nobody's scared of that nigga.
Right, exactly.
You like, you know what I mean? Like, not the way that they're scared of a Dunze and more, as you see today, them getting downfield. So, you know, you want to see Olamide Zaccheaus definitely work underneath, and I think that Ben Johnson might have to switch that up a little bit.
Mhm.
And you know, if he can go back to the
Yeah.
drawing board and get that done, it definitely would serve them a lot more purpose on offense. And is Colston Loveland like invisible? Like I'm confused.
Yeah,
He
Like, did
wasn't
y'all?
during that Bengals game,
No, he
exactly.
was. He wasn't. But then you play the Giants this week, and it's like, where was he?
and he's gone again. I
Yeah.
mean,
Like
honestly, on my
those.
rookie fantasy team, I haven't touched him.
No
Yeah.
bullshit.
Pause.
I mean, I'll be honest. I'll give him a nickname for y'all right now. That's Colston Phantom. That's
Mm-hmm.
Danny Phantom's little brother. No
Yep.
bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
what it is. He's
Yep.
here, but he
Come
ain't
on,
here.
man.
Yep.
Did fuck this guy, and
He's
he ain't
going
here.
ghost.
Like, come on, guys.
Nope. Yep.
Busy
That's a
with the
good point.
niggas, man. Like,
That's a good point.
yeah.
But Ben, RJ, if you watch this game, or even if you just watch whatever, how you feel about the Bears? How did you guys feel about this game, or do you think the Bears could actually make a playoff push?
Yes.
I mean,
Um,
I remember earlier this season, Amari told me that the Bears are a real team, and it was right before the Ravens game too. He told me that they're a real team, and I kind of questioned him a little bit, like not to take away from them. Ben
Right.
Johnson is a good coach. They got a solid offense or whatever. They got a solid team.
Mhm.
It's just I'm not quite sure how much I believe in them yet.
Understandable, absolutely.
Because I mean, the teams that they've gone against. Before that Ravens game, when he told me that they were real, right?
Excuse
Because
me. Yep.
it was that Monday Night Football game where they had lost to the Vikings, where JJ McCarthy was like, "Oh, second half, hello."
Right.
That Lions game where they got blown out. Then there's the when they beat the Cowboys when CD got hurt. Um, got them beating the Raiders there, but they're the Raiders. They beat the Commanders quite barely though. Game winning field goal that we watched together, I think in lives too, here in the live chat. Um,
Oh yeah. Yep.
when they beat the Saints, like the run that they had gone on before that Ravens game to me was a little shaky.
Mhm.
And even now, after they've gone against they lost to the Ravens without Lamar, that made me go like, all right, I don't know. They beat the Bengals, in which I mean, you dropped 47 points. Um which is, offensively, that's like, okay, wow. And
Right.
then, like, not to take away from them just because they didn't go against a good defense, but at the
Yeah.
same time, it's Bengals inflation, you know?
Yeah,
Like you
they
say,
went up
oh,
against.
they go against like a regular defense is more like 20 something. I don't want to be like super mean about it, but it's a little bit of inflation ish. Like um this Giants game is also kind of interesting because sometimes I don't like to go off of ifs. But what if Jackson Dart didn't get hurt?
Right.
Yeah,
Like
No,
it
exactly.
could have been
you literally.
Yeah.
it could have been a Giants game. So I mean, and again, like Amari said earlier, the rest of the Bears schedule is not easy. Vikings, Steelers, Eagles, Packers, Browns, Packers again, 49ers, Lions. It's
They
it's not an easy schedule whatsoever. So
no.
and I do believe in Ben Johnson a little bit to a point. Although it's his first season, so I'm not putting all my stock into him as a head coach. Um, I guess we'll see how the rest of the season goes for the Bears, especially since the NFC North has been a really That division has been a toss up. It's been a weird toss up. So thus far this season. So um I guess I'll kind of see how the Bears season gone is gonna go for them. They're very much in the playoff hunt, I do think, but it's they're like they're not fully convincing to me. They're kind of shaky, kind of iffy. I don't know how to feel about them right now.
I can't blame you. I can understand that. I'm still gonna ride on my take. Pause.
Yeah,
I got belief. It's not in Caleb Williams, I'll tell you that. But that's not. It's not. That's not where that stems from. I'm not saying he's bad. It's not where that stems from. I think that Ben Johnson is a greater mind than he's portraying. And you come from another Lions offense to a Lions offense who has already proved themselves, and then you come to a Bears offense that has guys that want to prove themselves, and he has to prove himself. So like I said before about Josh McDaniels, some guys are just better coordinators.
Yeah.
Maybe that might be what we're seeing with Ben Johnson. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
It might be early. It's his first season here. He's just getting acclimated, but next year will probably be the tell-all. And actually, the rest of this season will actually really be the tell-all.
And I'm glad you said that also, Mari, because I'm gonna tell you this.
Mhm.
In Josh McDaniels' first head coaching gig, he was with the Broncos, right? His first year, he started 6-2.
Mhm.
Started 6-2. It went downhill. He finished 8-8, and after that, even as a head coach, continuously with the Broncos into the next season and going into with the Raiders, him running a team was just never the same. He got too big of a head, and it showed even in that first year. It just, you feel me? Now, it's not to say that Ben Johnson had, I like Ben Johnson's attitude more than I would Josh McDaniels as a head coach. I'll give you that, but it's still early. Now, the team has the talent, like I mentioned already. They have the talent to do something this year. They can surprise in the playoff. I feel like if everything continues to go well, they can surprise. They can be a surprise team in the playoffs. They can knock somebody off.
Right.
But it's only week 10. There is 8 more weeks left. You still don't know what the fuck they are. Really.
Yeah.
Just like even with the Patriots. You see how they're doing well, but you haven't seen a full 18-game slate. So you still don't know what these guys are. Including the Ravens, including the Bills. You feel me? Once it gets to week 18 where all the games are done, you know what type of team you were this year.
Absolutely.
That's what it really is. But the Bears are on a good on a good trajectory to as they continue to do well, to do something this year. They are. They just have to keep that same level of play. And when it comes to the more upper echelon teams that they do end up facing, they got to play to their level. That's it.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, I don't believe the Bears will make the playoffs. I just don't. Like,
I can't blame you.
They've beaten the teams they should beat,
right?
And they've lost to the teams they should lose to. Like, the next coming games, the Vikings, Steelers, both of those games can go either way. Honestly, though, this might be a hot take. Bears beat the Eagles in a crazy upset. But then
I can't blame you.
Then they
The
face
Black
the
Friday
Packers.
game. So.
But Eagles,
yeah,
but
Friday,
RJ has a point though, because the Eagles' offense has been stagnant.
Yeah.
Like, it's been stagnant at times, and that's something you really didn't see a lot of last year. It was, and I don't know what why Barkley is almost getting Colston Loveland treatment at times.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. Like, but I'm sorry. When did we start believing in Jalen Hurts to be like a Drake May or a fucking Josh Allen or a fucking when did that change? Like, I want to know. Did AJ Brown complaining is what drew them away from going to Saquon Barkley? I don't care who the fuck no. I don't care who the fuck you're trying to tell me is better on that team than Saquon Barkley. That offense should fucking revolve around him. I don't care. There's been whole quarters where this nigga has touched the ball twice. How?
Yeah.
Why? I don't care if you're an Eagles fan. There's fucking zero excuse for that shit. You're not gonna force feed the ball to two niggas to a nigga who's being double covered every play, bro. If you watch the film, you watch the all 22. AJ Brown has been blanketed all season.
Right.
All season he's been blanketed, and if he hasn't been blanketed, he's been covered pretty fucking well in the red zone. That's another thing I've noticed. He's been covered really, really well on the red zone, and they just stick in the red zone. They just stick a safety on him because you think about it, right? AJ Brown is a freak of fucking nature when it comes to athleticism. His skill set though is not route running. That's not his best attribute. He's a good route runner. He's better than most, than a lot, but he's not the Justin Jefferson type of route runner. He's not the Jamar Chase type of. He's just a freak of like he reminds me of a more skilled DK Metcalf.
Yeah,
legit.
Yeah,
he's just a more skilled DK Metcalf.
Right, and they obviously, I mean, they both went to school together. You feel me?
Yeah.
They're the same type of nigga. You feel me? That's the same. That literally, they're both. When you think of both of them together, truthfully, they're the same type of receiver. But they win with athleticism. They really do. And you can win in this league with athleticism. Hell, you don't even have to be in that same freight of body. Travis Hunter wins with his athleticism. You feel me?
He's a beast.
Exactly. So, but in that, like you said, Amari, with that athleticism, it helps out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Even though this nigga, he can run some routes, he can, but it's not to the same level as the Jefferson, as the Jamar Chase. But if you were able to throw up to him and he catches it, hey, that's a catch, right? That's a play, right? If you do that, okay, cool. But when you start doing that more, try to look for that more, and like you said, taking away Saquon Barkley, excuse me, that outlook has hurt the team. Because all last year, how they got to that Super Bowl was run the damn ball, and it opened up the offense. It did. They started to shy away from that. They passed the ball more, and now Saquon Barkley, averaging almost 6 yards a carry last year, is only down to, at one point he was at 3.9 until the big game that he had a couple weeks ago. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
That's in order to get back to where you were before, to try to get back to the Super Bowl. This guy has to be the focal point. If you're worrying about niggas crying on the field, not getting the ball, do they give a fuck about winning?
Right.
Because I know you want to get the ball, but nigga, if you got a nigga putting his team on the back, you're gonna go away from that. They don't make you feel me like that. Exactly.
And I'll tell you, this is staggering. This is staggering. Against the Broncos, listen. Against the Broncos, 6 touches, bro.
Yeah.
What?
What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
What?
They should have ran the ball all over him.
This is the difference between, and I'll tell you, this is the difference between this year and last year. Nero made a great point. It opens up the offense. You know another reason why? Mm-hmm. Let me just read you how many touches he's gotten out of the backfield just catching the ball. Week by week. 4, 2, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4. What?
So 4 like 4 times? Is that right?
What?
That's crazy.
Yeah, 4 times, yeah.
I have a possible crazy theory. Are they just not really playing him to keep him rested for the playoffs?
No,
so that he doesn't get injured.
He is playing.
No, they can't be. They can't be, bro, because he's 100% healthy. And what are they resting him for? Right. Their schedule has been hard. Dallas, KC, LA, Tampa Bay, Denver, Minnesota. These are not horrible teams. Their schedule is not easy.
Right. And them not giving him the ball in Denver, they blew a 19-point lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should have
And I don't care what anyone says in terms of pure talent and skill. There's nobody we've seen like Saquon Barkley since Barry Sanders.
Exactly.
Genuinely.
Right. Like real shit. No, and I'm glad you said, if you put the highlights together, that's the same nigga.
The same person.
That's the same nigga.
It's the same dude, just stronger.
Right.
Literally. Just stronger. He can stiff arm. He can run over you. He can spin around you. He can hurdle over you. Like, he's got more of a bag than Barry. Barry's bag was like side to side. That was more of his bag. This dude, bro, we watched him do probably the greatest hurdle we've ever seen in our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody else is doing that shit. It's just that's one of one.
And like you just sit and you ask yourself, you look at that, and And I know you're about to go, but is that not a concern for you? Like, I'm confused.
Well, I'm not about to go. I'm here to stay. But um,
Yay! There you go.
Yeah.
you know, I mean, it's it's interesting. It's interesting how we use Saquon these past few weeks. Obviously the Giants game is where he kind of like broke through because we used him more. Um, I think it's been it's, hmm, cause it's just been weird overall. It like I kind of see in a way why we started passing it a little more because like he I guess teams watch film on him a little more and he's not like as necessarily like looking as explosive as last year. Um
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of saw where like that game against the Vikings where like we started off kind of slow and then out of nowhere, boom, Hurts deep bomb to Devontae Smith, and then the passing game just like exploded from there for us in a way. And I think Patulo was probably thinking in his head, I'm a I'm gonna start letting Jalen Hurts let that ball fly a little bit. I think that's what he started thinking in his head a little bit after that. Because I mean, yeah, I think that's what he started thinking in his head a little bit after that. Because he was like, I mean, it worked for a game. So, um, but the other games, I can't really explain. It's just, mm, yeah, I can't really explain the other games. It's just been weird overall. I mean, weird overall in very wacky ways that we've won some of these games. So,
Mhm.
It's true.
But here's the thing, also, and like, also kind of now, naturally, you guys got tomorrow against the Packers.
the
It's Monday night,
Packers,
right?
yeah.
But in terms of the deadline, right? Because you added Jalen Phillips, you added Michael Carter, you
Mm-hmm.
also added Dyer Alexander, even though he's not playing though. But the two guys I mentioned are
Yeah,
Phillips
he's not
and
playing.
Carter. Now, for that, to add to for them to for the Eagles to continue to add to this team, do you feel that the team is stronger now adding both of them, or is it one of those things that's like, okay, we added them, but it might end up just being the same shit that we've already seen throughout this year?
When it comes to Michael Carter, I don't really care about that nigga. We picked up Tank Bigsby. I mean, like, dude, like,
Yeah, but you hate him. But Tank Bigsby had a really good game one of these games
he
recently, the
did.
last
No,
two
he did. He
He
weeks.
did.
did.
You hate him, but
It was that Giants game when Saquon had like 150, he had like 104. That's why
mm-hmm,
Bigsby was like overshadowed. So, but that's
mm-hmm.
why I'm saying like I'm not saying I don't care about Tank Bigsby. I'm saying I don't care about Michael Carter. Like,
No, that's fair. Right.
so but I mean, maybe he does something, maybe he doesn't do something. I don't know. I mean, we also, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if we did anything with AJ Dillon or Will Shipley or if they got hurt or not. I mean,
Right.
I the Michael Carter move is that one's just kind of like to me. When Jalen Phillips came over here and said coming over here was the best thing that could have ever happened in my life, I'm like, hey, welcome to the team.
Right there.
Welcome to the
Exactly.
team.
Right. Nah, facts.
like,
Well,
like,
can you blame him with the
like
situation in freaking Miami?
Right.
that is
Yeah.
also true. He's
Mhm.
probably happy he escaped there. Hey, if
And also,
if
I mean,
he's
Miami
happy to
hasn't gone
be
nowhere.
here,
Nigga. They haven't gone nowhere. So now he's on a team that's actually been somewhere.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
And if he's happy to be here and it shows, then I'm happy you here too, nigga. Like,
There you go. There you go.
Yep.
No bullshit.
Absolutely.
Nah, let's see. No, honestly,
That's all I
I
gotta
will
say.
say, like, even let's see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow should be a good game. But I will say this: if the Packers showed what they were last week, then the Eagles are gonna have an easy job. Real shit. Because I tell you,
They're doomed.
I tell you,
Yep.
that was so fucking embarrassing. I ain't gonna hold you. Oh, man.
Honestly, back on that, I think we were originally talking about the Bears, and I brought up the Eagles. But there's like just a lot of games where it's like 50-50 too. And
Mhm.
it's like, can those Bears win those 50-50 games
Mm-hmm.
where it can go either way? I'm like, the Packers should definitely beat the Bears, but like, who knows? Because that's still like a divisional rival.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you guys have any thoughts on that game? We go on power speed. We're doing a good job, bro. You guys are doing a great job,
Yeah,
bro.
we should
Yeah.
definitely kind of
This is one of the best. This is one of the best ones we've done in a while. So,
And we have the clip for it.
yep. Honestly, I think also, if I'm not mistaken, maybe Nero could give us more information on this. Does this AI clip too?
Yeah.
If I'm on live.
Yeah,
But
no,
it's-
once you end it, you can just go back and then press the AI generator and it does clips.
Oh, bet. Okay. So, next
But
game. This is an interesting
isn't
game.
it the limit 2 hours though?
Yeah, the limit is, I believe 2 hours and 30 minutes.
What are we at now?
150.
Yeah, almost.
Oh,
150.
150. Okay.
150. We're almost at 2 hours already.
We're almost done here because again, it's just a recap here. But Browns Jets game. Honestly, this was an interesting game. I think the one takeaway I have from this game was Dylan Gabriel today. No turnovers, 167 yards, 2 touchdowns, 17 for 32, and also 5 for 54 running today. So in the terms of just total yards, he had 200 plus total yards today with 2 touchdowns. Quinshon Judkins, 22 carries for 75 yards. And then you have Schwesinger with 10 tackles, 4 solo. And you had Hickman with four tackles, 2 solo, 1 interception. And Thomas with 3 tackles, 2 solo, and 1 sack. Myles Garrett, a sack today. It looks like the pass rush was there. Collins, half a sack. Schlesinger with half a sack. This Browns defense is not the problem. I think it's just a spark on offense. It looks like, Jerry Jeudy had a good game. He had a touchdown, and Njoku had a touchdown, but he only had 2 receptions to 21 yards, that being David Njoku on top of the touchdown. So it wasn't really like he was much of a factor. Harold Fandon Jr. had 4 for 44, wasn't really much of a factor. It seems like Jerry Jeudy was the biggest factor. And Dylan Gabriel made a lot of throws today, and I've been a guy who wants Shador Sanders in that seat a lot. I do. But the way that Dylan Gabriel played today, and granted, I get it. It was against the Jets. Don't get me wrong. But the secondary kind of failed in terms of stopping the run today. And even just Breece Hall had a monster of a game. And Justin Fields didn't do shit today other than 54 yards.
Absolutely.
Hey, whatever you want to say, he had a touchdown. Like, fuck that shit. He had an interception. Like, I don't know. He sucks. I don't think he's ever been put in a good situation. He's also not in a good situation here where they just traded away Sauce. And then, the only guy you can fucking throw to is Garrett Wilson.
And he got hurt.
And he got hurt.
Yeah.
And now this Jet season is done if Garrett Wilson goes on IR. It's
Exactly.
I mean, not that it wasn't done before that, anyways. 'cause-
Yeah, I was about to say this game, their season been done.
But in
No,
terms of fighting against good teams or doing anything, like if you just remember the first week when they played the Steelers, like this is the team that put up 30 points in week 1. You know what I mean? And I think it's sad that we're looking at this schedule and you see that the Jets have had some sort of potential at certain times and they just haven't been able to capitalize offensively. You go a 34-32 game up against the Jets. Up against the Steelers. You got 27-29 game against the Buccaneers. You scored 21 against the Dolphins. You scored 22 against the Cowboys. You scored 39 against the Bengals and you beat them. Granted, the Bengals don't have a great defense, but at the same time, there's been at least flashes, and I'm concerned about how they're going to move forward with Aaron Glenn and what they're going to do because Aaron Glenn needs to go out and draft and get some serious guys this draft. And if I'm the Jets, just tank. Seriously,
No, you don't have to. Exactly.
bro, just tank.
Right.
It gets to a point where you look at this shit and you know what I mean. Tyrod Taylor is the backup if Justin Fields gets hurt. Adonai Mitchell is out. Tyler Johnson's been non-existent. Mason Taylor is a joke. The offensive line's a joke. And you just traded away Sauce Gardner and a couple and Michael Carter.
And Quentin Williams.
And yeah, and Quentin Williams. That's right. Yeah, holy shit, I fucking forgot about that. Yeah, wow.
they pretty much.
Oh my god.
They broke the bank.
Yeah.
Like they
Oh
broke it.
my
They broke it off. They're
goodness.
done. You feel me? They gave up on everybody, nigga. They gave up
Oh
on
my
themselves.
Goodness,
bullshit.
they just
Yeah,
They gave up.
I think
Oh.
they just throwing all the cards in at this point. I think
until
they-
Woody Johnson leaves. That's it. I'll be right back. I gotta take a walk after
Yeah.
that. Should just piss me the fuck off.
No, you good.
Oh my
and,
god.
and quite frankly, nigga, like if you think about this, like going back to the Browns, it don't help when you give up a punt return and a kick return touchdown to the fucking Jets. Like
No, but wait.
that don't help.
Oh.
Like you look at the score, right?
Wasn't that
that
which on-
explains
one
that
on-
explains the score a lot.
Yeah.
Because
that one on
stats
each
wise,
side?
it looks very even.
Exactly.
And I would have never guessed. I would have never
Yes.
guessed.
Yeah, they scored a
I
punt
would-
return and a kick return touchdown in the first fucking quarter. That's why it's 27-20. You take away those special team scores, nigga, the Browns would have won 20-10.
And I guess in a way, not. I don't know how much it matters, but the Jets ended up sacking Dylan Gabriel 6 times, in which Will McDonald had
that's a fact, right?
4.
Yeah,
Will McDonald had 4 sacks, which is kind of wild.
that is kind of wild. No facts.
Well,
But-
yeah, the Browns' offensive line is probably one of the worst offensive lines there is right now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but with
Outside of the
Justin
Texans.
Fields, as Amari said, with Justin Fields only throwing 54 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 pick, and the Jets didn't have a crazy
and,
rushing
sti-
game.
and still
They didn't have
winning
a
the game,
crazy
by the way.
passing game.
Yeah.
Still
They
winning the
won
game.
The game.
Right.
Where did the points come from? And then I hear special teams. I'm like, oh, wow.
Hold on, that's it.
Exactly. Yeah, like,
By the way,
Browns-
Amari,
Sell the
Cameron-
team.
By the way,
if you,
Amari
if you
Cameron's
didn't give
on,
up a punt return in that first quarter,
Sell
nigga,
the
you could've won.
team.
Yeah.
Sell
Your
the
camera's
team.
sideways, by the
Your
way.
camera's
Yeah,
sideways,
your camera's
Amari.
Oh, it
fucked
came
up.
sideways, yeah. Mark.
Oh, sorry. Hold on one sec.
Honestly, if
How the
they
fuck
just
did that
got a-
change when I just got up?
No,
What
it
the hell?
changed.
I don't know.
changed-
When you got up, it
changed-
just said whoop.
Yeah, it changed just before you left.
Like that's retarded. I don't know. Hold on. But yeah. So long story short, bro, sell the team. I mean, there's really not much to say about this game. 2 shitty teams playing against each other.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. What the fuck, nuts? Hold on one sec. How did it just do that? But yeah, into the next game real quick. I apologize. I don't know why it's fucking doing that. It's really weird. I guess I could just do that. Whatever.
That works.
Whatever. That works. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
so
you look at it for the most part, man, and yeah. F. Morrison, Dan Robinson, the OC. I hate being a Falcons fan. I'm reading the comments now. Yeah, that shit is. And do we think the Broncos are legit? Actually, funny you mentioned that. You know, I think the Broncos. Can you guys see me? Are you guys good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the Broncos, man, the defense is what keeps them legit. And Bo Nix and the defense are single-handedly carrying. I really can't fucking sit here and say that this offense is going to go places in terms of they're not going to the Super Bowl and they're not going to the AFC Championship game. The defense is going to have games of their lives for them to be able to do so.
Yeah.
And it's just obviously sad that you can see that the offense isn't, you know, playing to the greatest of its ability at times until the fucking fourth quarter. I don't know how they be pulling shit. Bro, it's like the fourth quarter comes and like all of a sudden everybody locks in. Like it's just it's so fucking weird. Like I really don't understand it.
Maybe
Like I
they
don't
have-
know. Maybe they got
have
that Mahomes magic. I don't know. You know, maybe they got some Mahomes magic. But you look at this Broncos defense, and Nick Bonito to me is the defensive player of the year.
Mhm.
I love Myles Garrett. Don't get me wrong, but at least Nick Bonito and that defense is translating to wins against tough opponents. So
Yeah.
I think that matters. as much as I love Myles Garrett, obviously I think he's obviously the most dominant. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I would sit here and say, like, Nick Bonito has been the best defensive player in the league.
And
Even on a
obviously the defense had to be good to win a 10-7 game against the Raiders.
Yep.
The Raiders.
Which is it. You look at some of these box scores for them by quarter. They're horrible in the first half offensively.
Oh yeah.
And you just look at that, but I do think the Broncos are legit. But to kick back into the games here, this is also another game I thought was fucking interesting. We obviously the 4:00 games. There's not much to be said about those games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Well,
those are blowouts.
We'll fly through those, but you look at this Saints Panthers game. Interestingly enough, the Saints won today against the Panthers, and you know what? Get your boy, Ant. Get your boy. Because I was told Bryce Young's in a Young's in a better situation than CJ Stroud. I was told that Bryce Young has a better team than the Texans, who just put up 36 points with an injured team on the Jaguars. So I don't know. What are we doing here? Do we need to get your boy to go watch some football? Did he at least watch this weekend? Because if niggas are sitting here telling me Bryce Young is in a better situation than CJ Stroud, you're out of your fucking mind. Like, I don't know what you're watching enough, and then I have to go on next gen stats because I was told go look at the next gen stats. Why is CJ Stroud? If CJ Stroud is in such a worse situation, why is he leading Bryce Young in almost every single next gen stat? EPA per play, efficiency per play, effective completion percentage. I thought he was in a worse situation. What happened? And he put up 30. They put up 36 points today, bro, with Davis Mills. And you mean to tell me that CJ Stroud couldn't do that shit against the Jaguars today? You for real? You serious? I'm just saying. I was told that the Panthers are a better, because that means he thinks the Panthers are a better team than the Texans. And so I'm just saying the strength of schedule is also different too. So you need to get your boy, bro. Because I don't know. You need to get your boy, because the Texans have had one of the top 10 hardest schedules in the league all season with injuries.
And one thing I will point out too, because in one of our group chats where it's just like me, Ryan, Jonathan, and one of our friends, Noah, Ryan was crashing out because, he's never said it on lives or podcasts, but he did say it when you were playing Madden against him. He doesn't like Tyler Shaw.
Yeah, no, Tyler. Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't like him at all.
He doesn't like Tyler Shaw. And when Tyler Shaw dropped 280 yards and 2 touchdowns today, he was not a happy guy. Granted, yes, okay. His team won today. His team won today. But he was like, bro, the one day I'm cheering against my team because of Tyler Shaw. Now he drops 280 yards and 2 touchdowns, and now he's probably going to start for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I can't lie. I'm pissed. I'm pissed.
Shaw is already planned to start out for the rest of the year anyway.
No, he will. Yeah, they ain't going.
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
Unless he gets hurt.
Yeah.
They played the Panthers. Slow your fucking roll, guys. But
the coach did say that he's going to start the rest of the year. Yeah.
Okay, if we're gonna look at the Saints' schedule, right?
Yeah.
Let's just see. You went up against the Panthers today. Cool. You put up 280 yards against the Panthers. I'm not gonna clap that nigga on the back paws for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna give you a pat on your fucking back for that shit. Was I wrong? Maybe was I wrong? Yeah, I don't know, because he still sucks in my opinion. But you went up against the Panthers. You gotta go up against the Falcons, one of the better defenses in the league. You gotta go up against the Bucks. You gotta go up against the Panthers again, and you gotta go up against the Falcons again. Quite frankly, what he really should show here is against the Dolphins, who I don't even know if they held the Bills to what they held the Bills today. who knows what the fuck Tyler Shook's going to do against them? No idea. And then and that's like literally after the Falcons game. So then, like, if they shit the bed against the Falcons game and then they do this again, there's the time we start talking about Taysom Hill coming in, like the gadget guy is about to be the quarterback again after you drafted Tyler Shook. Like,
that's like 2020.
yeah. I'm not sold, dude. It's the Panthers, who I've been continuously saying fucking suck. And yes, they're 5-5, but then you look at also the Panthers schedule, bro. They played the Cowboys and beat them because the Cowboys literally have one of the worst. They're 31st. They have literally the second worst defense in the fucking league. Like, that to me doesn't move me. And that game also, it's like I like Bryce Young, and I understand some might take Bryce over CJ. Like, I would probably take CJ over Bryce. That's just me.
Mhm.
I don't think that, and here's the difference between the two. Bryce Young wasn't built around before he got there. He's in a Drake May situation when Drake May first got there. He's in a Mac Jones situation. Well, Mac Jones made the playoffs the first year, so I can't even say that. He's in a Drake May situation where they had to get the guy first, and they got the guy first, and they realized this guy could actually play with the minimal talent around him. And then you look at this schedule, and they beat the Packers.
Mhm.
Like, by the skin of their teeth, yeah, they beat the Packers, but then they got spanked by the Bills.
Yep.
They got, they barely beat the Cowboys.
Yep.
They barely beat the Dolphins. The Patriots whooped their fucking ass.
Yep.
I don't know how they 30-0 against the Falcons. The Falcons offense just looks fucking lost at times, but then you lose to the Cardinals, you lose to the Jags. So it's like, where's the happy medium? If he's in such a better situation than the Texans, who have had a harder schedule, and even though Davis Mills was the one that played today, you look at the Texans and who they've played this year. They played the Jaguars this week. They won. They played last week the Broncos, 3-point game. They could have won that game. They played the 49ers, a decent defensive team, a pretty good defensive team. They put up 26. And apparently I was told Texans offense is the problem, and that obviously, Bryce Young is in a better situation. Like, there's no games I'm seeing here where the Texans have put up lower than, except for that Rams game, which is the first game of the season, and except for the Jaguars, the first Jaguars game, I'm not seeing a game where they put up less than fucking 20 points here. Well, Seahawks 19, but almost 20.
Mhm.
So, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, what receiver is just as good as Nico Collins? Crickets. There's no even that alone. I win the argument. Oh, that alone, right there. Like, if you have Nico Collins, of course, and even then you have Nico Collins. Woody Marks has been a healthy surprise.
Yeah,
he's been better than Chuba Hubbard this year.
Yeah,
I'm sad I had to trade him away in fantasy, but I had Hubbard from the start. I wish I had traded Hubbard and kept Marks. No bullshit. I wish I had traded Hubbard and kept Marks. Hubbard looks like a shell of himself behind Rico Dowdle right now.
Yeah.
And I'm being told, even with next gen stats, that Panthers are significantly worse than the Texans in, and CJ Stroud is better than Bryce Young in. I'm told that was the case and that Bryce Young's in a better situation. I'm convinced niggas don't watch football no more. I'm just convinced niggas watch highlights and call it a day, or they play Madden and score a couple touchdowns in Madden and call it a day. Like, I don't understand how that was ever even a conversation. But you look at this Texans game, played against the Jags this week. How'd you guys feel if you guys watched the game? How'd you guys feel about the Texans? And moving forward, can this Texans offense obviously right the ship and get into these shootouts with? And does Davis Mills start next week, really, is the bigger question. Does he start next week, chat?
Honestly,
if CJ
all I'll
still
say
concussed.
is, yeah.
Go ahead.
All I'll say is this: it's just like the Texans offense just needs to get healthy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the Texans already kind of know what they need to do in the offseason and in the draft to fix that offensive line so your star quarterback isn't getting murdered out on the field. But they just health issues. Health issues is that major issue, and if they can get healthy, we've already seen what they can do when they were healthy.
Right.
So it's just a matter of time, honestly.
Yeah,
And-
honestly, I will say
Yeah.
this real quick before I let you go in. Let me just tell you this, right? So the Jaguars going into the fourth quarter, they were winning 29-10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very similar to the Eagles and the Broncos some weeks back that the Eagles had a 19-point lead. Now, no, listen, I ain't even coming at the Eagles. I'm just wait for what I'm saying. There's no way that the Jaguars should have fucking lost this game. When you're winning 19 points going into the fourth quarter, you should you should be in a good spot to win that game. But because it's the Jaguars, they made it. They had a long neck nigga go at his home turf, bring these guys back, and they win the fucking game. Right?
Yep.
So what does that tell you? Does that tell you more about how the Texans came back, or does that tell you how the state of the Jaguars are, that they can't keep a fucking lead?
Right.
I think it's a bit on the Jaguars.
It is. Because quite frankly, the way how the Jaguars were playing the first three quarters, the Texans weren't doing shit.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
at the same time, that's why football, and just like basketball, you know what I'm saying, and just like hockey, it's from start to finish. And when the game is started, ultimately by the end of the game, when it's 0-0-0, that's what you know what the outcome is. Is that you don't know the outcome in the first three quarters. You got to play all the way to the fourth quarter in this spot. The Jaguars didn't. The Texans came back. But I will say, from what Davis Mills showed today, Davis Mills showed that he can still be a starting quarterback in the NFL. He can still play quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, he's a baller.
Exactly. No, he is. And
he's a baller.
Even when the Texans really sucked, he was out there doing all right. He just didn't have a team.
Maybe the Vikings should get him.
Exactly. And now he's part of a team again that can actually win games. Now, but he's not the starter. He's the backup. So when a guy like CJ Stroud gets hurt, he gets the opportunity to play. He showed today, like, okay, listen, if CJ Stroud got to end up missing next week, due to his concussion, all right, then Davis Mills can start. You know what I'm saying? Now, not necessarily say that they're going to win next week, but at least you'll have a guy who's competent.
You have
You feel me? Yeah. But I will say what Davis Mills showed today, that he showed that no matter the situation, he can go out and win a football game. You feel me? But I think also the story is really with the Texans is now Danielle Hunter has finally come back to looking like Danielle Hunter that we've all known. 4 sacks today. I believe he had a forced fumble. I think a forced fumble also. Defense,
at the end of the game, he got
at the end of the game, exactly. Right.
Fumble,
so it shows that the defense is still going out there to play, in a game like this. They could have gave up. They were down by 19 points. The defense could have been a show and gave the game up, but no, they kept on playing. So what it says more that the Texans, even though that they're 4-5, they're still fighting. They're not out of it. They're still thinking positive. D'Amico Ryan still has these guys fucking, playing their asses off. But what it says about the Jags, nigga, the Jags are still young. The Jags, that's still a young team. They're not used to winning. So even when they're fucking winning, they still give up a lead like that.
Also, we got to remember, even before CJ Stroud came to the Texans, like, Davis Mills wasn't playing half bad when he was the starter before Stroud.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
No, he was smooth. He was smooth. He just
he was nice with it.
The offensive line sucked. He was in the situation that CJ Stroud's in with this season with the offensive line being ass. That was it. That's the only thing that held Davis Mills back.
Yeah, that's the Texans' main problem. That one is.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just felt
it's not even okay.
Mills.
Wait. No, it's not even that bad, bro. Here's the problem. It's not that bad, bro. Here's the problem. This is the conversation me and RJ. Shout out RJ, not RJ St. Jean who's in here, but RJ Mahar. Shout out RJ Mahar. We had this conversation with Jadaway. Bro, they look bad because CJ Stroud is not an elusive quarterback. And the problem is that with the injuries they have and the guys that are out there, you can't rely on a rookie, Xavier Hutchinson, to do what you think he's going to do. He's just not that he's not like Teteroa McMillan. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not like who else came through this year and has been playing well. That's kind of bad that I actually can't even come up with that, which goes to show you there wasn't a lot of good wide receivers that came out of this draft. Hutch is not going to be a guy like Teteroa McMillan. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yes. Okay. Well, he has been like obviously the best one, which like I did say like Egbuka. people were saying, "Oh, he can't be this, he can't be that." I'm like, bro, he literally just he was playing behind dudes at Ohio State, and sometimes at times was playing better than them. Like I always thought that Egbuka could be a wide receiver number one in this league. What I really think is the difference between Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud is Jadaway tried to say that the Panthers' offensive line was better. It's obvious that it can look better when your quarterback can get out the pocket and make throws on the run and use his legs.
Right.
It's like CJ Stroud just is not that he's not capable of doing that. He's not the fastest, bro.
Mhm.
And like the way that they're setting up the offense now, it's been stagnant. I can't lie to you at certain points, enough to a point where sometimes they're not even setting up CJ Stroud in the right position as far as the way they have to structure the plays because their team is kind of depleted offensively. So you look at the skill player aspect of it too, and it's like you can't throw the ball to Dalton Schultz every fucking time Nico Collins is double covered.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
Hutchinson's not confident or good enough yet to really be a step up and be a number two. Tank Dell is fucking injured.
Yep.
He needs to gain like 20 pounds, bro. Like
No,
he
fact, he's-
like literally he needs to gain like 20 pounds or something because like there's no way he's gonna be able maybe not 20 because he's like a buck 75, maybe like 10 more. Like you can tell me he couldn't get to Edelman's weight. So like Edelman was 5'11", 200.
right.
You know what I mean? Like Tank Dell is 5'10", 175. Like, you mean to tell me he couldn't put on like 15 more?
Right.
Like and be 190 at least so you can and weightlift because weightlift is what's going to keep you from injuries.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's going to keep you from injuries. And I'm not saying he's a slouch in the weight room. He's actually considered one of the hardest workers on that Texans team. Been said by a lot of the teammates. And I was very, very high on Tank Dell, who was the number one receiver in receiving yards the year he came out the draft.
Mhm.
And yes, he went to fucking Houston, but I told people when you lead the NCAA in fucking receiving yards, bro, I don't know how he was overlooked for as much as he was overlooked.
Right.
And like I can now see kind of why because he didn't put no weight on. He's had great speed, but to look at the two times he broke his fucking he broke his leg the last injury he just had, right? And then before that, he tore his ACL.
Yeah.
So it's like that's a clear indication to me the broken leg was like, all right, bro, you need to put on some weight. Like you need to genuinely fix your weight and not in the sense that he needs to get heavy, but you need to be big enough at least to be able to take hits like that.
Exactly.
And
Yeah,
this is the
that was
NFL.
sad, that Christmas game.
Yeah, it was really fucking sad. And like I told you guys, like I've been high on Tank Dell since he was in fucking college. Like I always thought he's a great route runner. He can run any route. You can line him up at the X, Y, and the Z, and he can run jet sweeps. He's very athletic. He's great after the catch. He's got all the tools and intangibles. It's just a matter of can he stay healthy, and I think that's a matter of a lot of the guys. Even Nico Collins was on IR this year.
Mhm.
Like you know what I mean?
He missed one game to a concussion, I think.
You know what I mean? Like
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah, you're right, Ben. Yep.
so,
I
like
know that
even,
because I've been in the league in fantasy.
even then, like Nico Collins, yeah, but even then he hasn't been healthy anyways. Last year he missed like he only played like 14 games last year,
Can check.
12.
Hmm.
Like I don't think he played a full season last year. So like it's been a question of CJ Stroud's offense and can they stay healthy. The defense has never been the problem. The defense has been a top 10 defense since CJ Stroud's been there, even a little bit before that, the year before that, because they had that defense.
He never he played
So-
12 games last year.
Yep, exactly. So you know what I mean? Like it's just you know, um, it's sad to see that like the Jaguars are where they are,
Yeah.
but the Texans have to take this win, and they really have to look at the fact that like C.J. Stroud might not be able to start next week, and if his injury is that severe, and Davis Mills plays well again, you might see a situation like Jacoby Brissett and Kyler Murray. So
Yeah, and I will say, on the Jaguars' viewpoint, um, starting 4-1 was great and all, with the high point beating the Chiefs in that Monday Night Football game.
mhm.
But ever since that Monday Night Football game, it's been a fall from grace.
Yeah.
A long fall from grace.
Yeah.
What time are we at? Can you guys see what time are we at on here?
2 hours.
218.
Ooh, we're cutting it close. We're cutting it close, yeah, but keep going. We're cutting it close. I can pay Chris a clip or something, so don't worry.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's kind of all I really had to say about that. It's been a really long fall from grace
Mm-hmm.
because, and like for some reason they gave me some type of false hope. Like, oh, they're probably gonna beat the Seahawks. And Sam Darnold
Right.
said, "Fuck, nigga."
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
They go against the Rams in London. We all thought, oh, the Jaguars have a fan base in London. They've been doing pretty good as of late. I don't even like it's like Matthew Stafford or Devontae Adams. Yeah, Devontae Adams had 3 touchdowns, but he only had like 35 yards. It wasn't like they had anything like super special going on. They just
Right.
beat them like bad.
Right.
Right.
So, and then the Raiders game. I mean, y'all won, but it went to overtime against
Mhm.
the Raiders.
Yep.
That's a little concerning.
Right.
And then you choked to the Texans today. I mean, just gotta get it
And they
together.
had and the Jaguars had a pretty good lead as well. It was like,
Yep.
I don't remember what the score was. They had left it like a 2-digit lead with like 19 points, I think, something like that.
Absolutely. Yep.
Like it was like
Either
29-10.
way, though. Either way, though, what is going on in Jacksonville right now?
I think the problem
Yeah.
is you're seeing this defense and they're just not getting it done. I I want to say I believe in the Jags because they made the playoffs not too long ago.
Mhm.
But then again, we remember how that playoff game went.
Right.
We saw
Yeah.
the fucking difference between Trevor Lawrence and Justin Herbert in that playoff game for real. When it was time
Well,
for
the
Herbert
Jaguars
to,
beat the Chargers that game. The game the Jaguars got eliminated was when they lost to you guys.
well, no. I'm saying just in general the difference between those guys. Like you get what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
like I think that they should have never choked the lead that they had at the time because remember the Chargers made it close.
Mm.
They made it close.
Mhm.
So, I think against us, I mean, it's us, bro. Come on. Come on, bro. Big body, nigga. Come on, bro. Big body,
Well, the
nigga.
Jaguars
Like
didn't
shit.
choke that
Come on,
playoff
bro.
game. It was the Chargers who choked it, and they just choked it completely.
But, I think that,
Yeah.
even though the Jaguars won that game, I feel like I still just saw the difference between Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence. You know what I
Right.
mean? And even though Trevor Lawrence had 4 touchdowns that game, bro, he had 4 picks, bro.
Mhm.
Like, let's not forget that. Like, he
Yeah.
had 4 interceptions. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Herbert had none.
Yeah. Sante Samuel caught 3 of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Asante Samuel was on that ass. And remember, they also had Drew Tranquil, our guy, in the Chiefs right now.
Yep.
He had 5 tackles and an interception in that game. Asante Samuel, like you said, 3 tackles, 3 interceptions. But, so you just see I've tried to defend Trevor Lawrence so much, man. I really have. And I think right now after today, I can't do it anymore, bro.
Daniel Jones.
I can't.
I think what I feel like what we should have known all along is that Daniel Jones is better than him. And with him on the Colts is showing more, but even then before
Oh, I
Daniel
like
Jones
that
was
take.
on the Giants.
I like
Daniel
that take.
When Daniel Jones was on the Giants, statistically, Trevor Lawrence's stats were not much better than Daniel Jones on the Giants.
Talk
And
your
now
shit,
Daniel
Ant.
Jones is on the Now Daniel Jones is on the Colts. I remember seeing all the memes about it. Like Daniel Jones and Trevor Lawrence are the same quarterback. And now Daniel Jones is on the Colts and it's popping off. And Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars are still kind of like mid. Like,
Yep.
it's really starting to burn now. It's really starting to show now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It is. Yep. Absolutely. Anybody else have any thoughts? If not, we're gonna move on to the next game real quick.
Oh yeah, we can move on.
We can move
Yeah.
on. I don't have anything.
Yeah. So
Falcons Colts.
yes, thank you, Ant. Absolutely, because those 4 o'clock games were atrocious, and the Steelers showed again that they're fucking frauds and spent all that money on that defense just to give up 25 points to a depleted Chargers team. I'll just get this out the way. Justin Herbert, 20 for 33, 220 yards and a touchdown. Vidal, the running back, 25 carries, 95 yards and a touchdown. Lad McConkey, 4 for 107 and a touchdown. Quentin Johnston, 5 for 42. Cameron
And-
Dicker, Mr. Dicker the kicker, 3 for 4 on field
Yes,
goals,
sir.
2 for 2 on extra points, chipped in 11 points today, which is awesome. You know, Cameron Dicker, I think he's actually, we need to start having a conversation where he's top 5 kicker. I think he's a top 5 kicker in the league. You know, you got Mickens tonight. He had
Yeah.
4 tackles, 2 solo, 1 interception. Jackson, 3 tackles, 2 solos, 1 interception. Khalil Mack, a sack, 3 tackles, a solo, and 1 forced fumble. Guy's a fucking game wrecker still. At this age, with the injuries he's had, the guy's still nasty, bro.
Yeah.
I honestly, he's not talked about enough. But then, you know, you got Patrick Queen, 12 tackles, 2 solo, had a decent game. Benton, 7 tackles, 3 solo, and a sack, and that's on obviously the Steelers side for those two. Jalen Ramsey, 8 tackles and 4 solo, but it just looks like here the offense couldn't get it going. Aaron Rodgers, 161 and a touchdown, 2 interceptions. Not a single person had over 40 receiving yards today. Jalen Warren had
And
14 carries, 70 yards. So
let me point out
talk to
something
me.
here.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers did not get over 100 yards until the very last drive of the game.
Yeah.
That is bad.
Yeah.
That
and
is terrible.
So long story short, Steelers are frauds. But to go into this first game today, that was at 9:30. It was in Berlin, in Germany. For those that don't know, the
Yes,
NFL,
sir.
the NFL likes to play over in London, Germany, Brazil, and I feel like I'm I feel like I'm missing another place. Yep, Mexico. Thank you very much. I was like, I feel like I'm missing one.
And Ireland.
Shit.
Ireland,
Okay,
Ireland, London, Brazil, Mexico, Germany,
That's right.
and Spain.
They haven't played in Mexico in a while, though. Now that I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's been a couple
Well,
years.
wasn't
Yeah.
it like
And that's because
Oh,
of
yeah.
political. That's because of political climate, by the way, chat.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
want to throw that out there. It's not
Yeah.
because. Just want to throw that out there, and we don't
Yeah.
like to get political on here, but they haven't played there, and the only reason why we're telling you that because it's the truth. It's just the political climate. They haven't played there, so that's the reason why. But I would love to go to
and they
fucking
also don't give a fuck
Mexico.
about Canada anymore either. I just had to throw that out there. That's
Yeah.
because the Bills need to play game in Toronto. Yeah.
Well, you guys got the shitty ass CFL. No, I'm just joking. No, I'm just joking.
yeah.
No, I'm just joking.
yeah,
No,
well,
I'm just talking
actually,
shit.
when is the last time
No. I'm just
there was a
talking
game
shit.
in Canada?
My team sucks. I am an Edmonton Elks fan. I've been an Edmonton Elks fan since I was a kid. We suck. You know, that's
I'm
another
a BC Lions fan, and I got
Yeah.
hurt last night.
you bandwagon motherfucker.
And my team is in the final.
Yeah, fuck you, Ben. Yeah, so you know, my Edmonton Elks got whooped by the Alouettes like twice this season?
I think so. Yeah.
They
Y'all just
whooped
got
our
beat
ass.
up the entire season.
Well, all right. You know what? And yeah, you're a Nets
And
fan.
so,
All
like,
right,
kinda,
you're a
you know,
Nets
like,
fan.
you know, middle of the
You know
season,
what
you
it's
just
like
gotta-
to get beat up. You're a Nets fan.
Yeah, I know.
Don't
I
you
know.
know?
Hey.
We're in
I
the
know.
same.
one
We're
and
in the
nine for a
same boat.
reason. We're
Yeah.
1-9 for a reason. So,
But long
you
story
know.
short, all jokes aside, this was a beautiful game again from the Colts, an overtime game. They outgained. You know, this game should have never gone to overtime. Let me tell you why.
Mhm.
You know, my boys got 519 total yards to the Falcons 290. Outgained them in both passing and rushing, first downs, third down efficiency. Really, the story for them that kept it close was 7 penalties and 56 penalty yards. The time of possession was greater than 12 minutes. It was 40-20 to 26-09. And then you had Michael Penix, who had a mediocre game, 177 yards and a touchdown. Bijan Robinson had 17 carries, 84 yards for no touchdowns. Tyler Algier, 2 touchdowns, 11 carries, 57 yards. And you had Drake London, his per usual, 6 for 104 and a touchdown. And, you know, Mr. Gonzalez, a field goal, 2 extra points, chipped in 5 points today. And, you know, another story is Jamal Agnew, 6 returns for 135 yards today.
Mhm.
He was really
And-
setting that Falcons team up in great positions today. So
yes.
you look at that,
And I
and he
will-
had a great game. Jesse Bates, 9 tackles, 7 solo, 1 interception, forced fumble.
Yep.
Even though they lost, Jesse Bates was the player of the game,
Mhm.
for sure.
And I will also point out
Mhm.
that the Falcons defense has 7 sacks.
Yes, they did. I lied though. He's not the player of the game. He'd be an honorable mention. Jonathan Taylor is the
Taylor.
MVP. 244 yards and 3 touchdowns. Bro, this nigga carried the ball 32 times. Yo, Eagles, take notes. little niggas. Take notes.
Look,
Right.
Philadelphia,
all I can say,
take notes because
No,
Daniel Jones is tweaking because Jonathan Taylor is tweaking, and we've seen what happens when Barkley tweaks and Jalen Hurts tweaks because Barkley does. Take some notes, Philly. But talk to me about this game if you guys watched. If you didn't, what is your takeaway from this game
I
so
think
far?
I think Andrew's the only one on this.
One more.
And
Actually, real quick. I'm sorry. I apologize. So Zach Franklin,
Yeah.
10 tackles, 6 solo.
Zaire Franklin, yes.
Very frankly.
When it comes down to this game, man, because I'm gonna be real, I didn't watch it until the fourth quarter, but that
That's
fourth
fair.
quarter was crazy.
Mhm.
And overtime. That the end of the game was amazing. It was a good game.
Right.
Jonathan Taylor, man, holy, like I remember when he went off, and I think it was in 2021.
Mhm.
And ever since he hasn't had like quite a season like 2021.
Right.
Like he's been solid. He's been a
Right.
good running back, but 2021 was like he went stupid that year.
No bullshit.
But
Yeah.
then this year he's been just a different beast. Like,
I apologize.
Like-
My fucking phone died. Sorry,
No,
chat.
you're good. You're good.
You're
Go ahead, Ant. Talk your shit, Ant.
like Jonathan Taylor has 15 touchdowns in
Mhm.
10 games.
Yep.
You know it's crazy.
15?
You know it's crazy. And he has 16 touchdowns in 10 games. That's even better.
Oh yeah, because you know what? I was remembering like before that game-winning touchdown, he had 15. Then he had 16. Then
No, fact. Right.
16 touchdowns in 10 games.
No
Like
bullshit.
and how many yards? Like
I mean, I can check.
because he had almost 250 today.
Yeah,
So-
he's at almost 1,200 for rushing yards.
And like
He's at
Like-
1,139.
Oh, 30. Okay, word.
1,139. He's the only rush over 1,000. The closest is James Cook at 920.
See, there you go.
like yeah, he's going absolutely crazy right now.
Absolutely
Man,
fucking berserk.
No
like man, he like got just over half the amount of carries he had in 2021. He might
Right.
he probably will surpass that 2021 mark.
But it might. I
He
won't
was
be
in
surprised.
MVP talks in that 2021 season. Well,
And
maybe
he
not.
finished. Yeah, he
Was
finished
it
at
MVP?
1 point.
It
He
was
finished at
offensive player.
1.8.
Absolutely.
No. Well, it was the same season Cooper Cup had that triple crown, so I don't know if he was in MVP talks then, but he was in,
He
like,
was, but
OPOY
I'm
talks.
sorry. Nobody was winning that shit over Cooper Cup.
All right. Yeah.
Nah, exactly.
No bullshit.
But exactly. But
That's why I think
Jonathan Taylor
Jamar
had an
Chase got
amazing
robbed.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Jonathan Taylor had an amazing season that year, but this season is just he like offensive player of the year is 100% going to him now. MVP
Oh, yeah.
and MVP talk, like we love.
He
Daniel
might.
Jones.
I don't know. I can't lie. No bullshit. JT might win that shit
He might.
because
Honestly, he
Daniel
deserves
Jones.
to.
Daniel
love
Jones'
Drake May.
success is synonymous with
With
Jonathan Taylor.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's synonymous. So you look at it in that sense, like I don't see how real shit. If they rob him again, like we need to start having a serious conversation on how they actually evaluate this shit. Because real shit,
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor already got robbed once. Oh, goal by Leo Carlson. Let's go. Sorry, I just saw that. I just saw that come up on my phone.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
yeah,
no
man.
whooping
Jonathan
the Jets.
Taylor's success is synonymous, bro, with Daniel Jones, and I think that you look at that and you ask yourself, hey, man, like even though Daniel Jones is playing great, what's really the driving force of a winning team right now? It's Jonathan Taylor, and if this is the criteria they really fucking think of, and this is the criteria they really actually take into account, then it's got to be a situation of how can we actually get him the fucking MVP, man, for real,
Right.
for real.
No,
Yep.
real shit. Yeah, I'm telling you, like he's the driving force of the team. I mean, you see it today. Like it's one of those things also with Jonathan Taylor. You're only gonna go so far as he leads you as well. We can say Daniel Jones is the leader. He's the quarterback. He touches the ball every single play, right? But the way how this offense has succeeded this year, it's all been started with Jonathan Taylor. It makes life easier for Daniel Jones because everybody on the defense is so worked up about Jonathan Taylor. Alec Pierce, Josh Downs, Michael Pittman, Tyler Warren can get open. You know what I'm saying? So if Jonathan Taylor continues this pace, they keep winning games. I mean, quite frankly, like I tell you, once come playoff time, like this is another team right here that can do something special if Jonathan Taylor continues to be that driving force what the team needs, because it just makes everybody around him better if he does well. And like you look at him also, his stats and everything else, like he could very well have the Sean Alexander type of year, scoring almost close to 30 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, at this point, he's at 16. I can
Yep.
see him probably scoring at least 10 more. Hopefully, he can get to 12. He can surpass that. I know he might not touch LaDainian Tomlinson. He might not touch 31, but I
Right.
mean, he's halfway there. So if he just somehow finds a way to score, 16 more touchdowns
Mm-hmm.
in what they're 8-2, so 16 more
Mm-hmm.
touchdowns in 7 games.
Right.
I mean, shit. I mean, he could very well be on the verge of doing it. But no, I mean, like overall, I think this is, if I had to pick an MVP for this year, it has to be Jonathan Taylor. It does. I mean, nobody else is doing what he's doing, and quite frankly, like Amari mentioned already, he's making life a lot easier for Daniel Jones. He really is. Like,
Yeah.
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 he's top dog right now. I mean, he's over 200 yards, leading the he's the leading rusher, but he leads by over 200 yards. I mean, shit, like he's definitely he should be able to win the rushing title. He should be able to win the touchdown, for a scrimmage touchdown title. I mean, he's on man. He's tough.
For reference, in rushing, Taylor's at, like I said, at 1,139, and he's at 260 receiving.
Mhm.
Okay, yep.
Compared to his 2021, he had 360 receiving. So he's only on 100 behind, and he has less than 700 remaining to surpass his 2021 mark. So, and if you say you got robbed in 2021,
Right.
if he gets those marks or surpass those, I think that's easily MVP.
Yeah, he has to be. He
Easily.
has to be.
As I'll say this, as much as I love my guy Drake May, it's Jonathan Taylor for MVP. It's Jonathan Taylor. I agree with y'all.
Mhm.
Yeah, no doubt. So, this is pretty easy to go into these games here. You look at these 4 o'clock games. I need to start using my TV like I don't have fucking NFL Plus, like a screen, big ass screen right in front of me. So we got, the Cardinals and the Seahawks, bro. Honestly, dude, ain't much to fucking say about
That
this
was-
shit, dude.
That was
I-
like 27-0 at half.
yeah, like honestly, real shit. JSN showing he's JSN. Zach Charbonnet with a dominant game, man. Zach Charbonnet is fucking awesome. Myers had a 34-yard field goal. Trey McBride had a 127-yard game. Marvin Harrison Jr. had a back shoulder fade touchdown.
It was 38-7 at half.
Okay, yeah, even worse.
Even worse.
They had Harrison Jr. had a 2-point conversion as well. McBride had his 15-yard touchdown. Burke did have an interception via Darnold's deflected pass, so he got lucky on that one. Trey McBride had a nice hurdle there in the second half. McBride, he submits his case for angry run of the week on a 9-yard run where he stiff armed and trucked a couple niggas. Jason Myers has another 46-yard field goal. Amari DiMercado, shout out to a nigga that I know with the same name as me, only nigga I know. 34-yard reception. He balled out today, even though they lost. Calais Campbell enters all pro. Is an all pro mode on a powerful tackle for a loss there against Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker had weaved through the Cardinals defense for a 24-yard rush there late in the game too as well. And Greg Dortch with a 4-yard Wildcat TD rush, which I thought was awesome because Greg Dortch definitely needs to get a little bit more love in that offense. He's definitely a gadget guy. Reminds me a lot of Rondale Moore when they had Rondale Moore before he got hurt.
Yep.
Cooper Kupp, 67-yard catch and run reception that set up a touchdown. I know we all saw that. McBride had a nice 18-yard crossing route reception. This just overall was a back and forth game as far as just trading nice plays, but clearly, obviously, the Seahawks got the better of the Cardinals. So for anybody that watched this game, what are your thoughts on the Seahawks? Are the Seahawks legit?
Yes.
Like, I'm starting to think like
Yeah.
this team is actually fucking legit, and
Yeah,
the moves they've made and some of the things that they've done. Like, is this a conversation where we start saying is JSN a top 10?
top 5, top 4, 3 even.
Better question. Oh, nah, you're tweaking. Is
Hey,
he, you're bugging.
No, but
You're bugging. Is JSN the fifth best receiver? I'm not ready to take JSN over AJ Brown, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, or Drake London even because he's been balling out all year. I wouldn't even take JSN over Drake London.
no bullshit.
So is JSN the fifth best receiver in the league, chat?
Well, yeah. He's the
Baby.
first receiver.
All right, talk to me, Ben. Okay, all right.
He's the first. I mean, he's the first receiver this year to get 1,000 yards.
Hey, it's
I
1
think-
year. Relax now.
Yeah, no facts, guys. Come on.
Come on, guys.
That was not the end of my point. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I know.
It's the first receiver this year to get 1,000 yards. He has been consistent every game. No
Mhm.
matter who the opponent is pretty much been very good on no matter the opponent is, the defense good or not.
Mhm.
He's been dominant in every single game he's played. I don't think he has one bad game so far this year. And with him getting first receiver to get 1,000 yards, I think that just says it.
Okay, I can follow up with you. I can follow up with you. How do you guys feel? Talk to me.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think because I mean, the stats do show that he's up there. Like, he's in comment, like at least for right now. You know what I'm saying? Overall, I wouldn't put him in the top 5. Stats wise, though, like for right now, like no, he's up there. Like if you look at the stats, you want to go based off stats, yeah, like he's in the top 5. Pure talent, though, I'd probably have to give bro. He might be at least 6, 7.
Nah, 6, 7.
But in all seriousness, yeah,
You
like
really
I would
had to do
probably,
that.
he probably
You
like
had
I
to
had
do
to,
it.
real shit.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious. That was a good one, bro.
No bullshit. Like, but no, in all honesty, yeah, probably between 6 and 7. You know what I'm saying? Around there.
Okay, we're like,
You know what I'm saying? But
6, 7, 6, 7.
type shit. But with him also like in this draft class a couple years ago, obviously it's being looked at of him, kind of being a steal. And what we saw from his rookie year, like you kind of knew, like, okay, he has a talent. You just hope that, okay, he gets more acclimated into the offense. Now that DK Metcalf isn't there, now that Tyler Lockett isn't there, now it's his team, including, having a veteran in Cooper Kupp with him to kind of show him the ropes. Like, you look at the output he's doing right now, it's very similar to how Cooper Kupp was doing it in his Triple Crown season. Like, he's getting open. He's, whether it's, drag routes, slant routes, whether he's going upfield, catching a 61-yard touchdown, like, he's like his route running now is so much more improved than his rookie year. Like, this kid, because of him having Cooper Kupp as, a guy to learn from, this kid, give him in a couple years, and if other guys play, kind of goes down a little bit, guys get older, injuries, I mean, quite frankly, he could end up being, in the top 5 and maybe even the top 3 receiver. Like, the output is showing. but I'm not ready to put him in the top 5 conversation because he's only had considering the year he's having now, like 2 good years.
Right.
Give me like 3 or 4 good years. All right, then we could start talking because who knows? I mean, he's doing well right now. He could still get hurt. God forbid. He could still end up having an injury. He could, end up having injuries down the line. So right now, again, like I said, I ain't doing it again, but you already know how I stand.
Yes, sir.
Type shit.
How do you guys feel? Talk to me. What about you guys? What about RJ? And
well, I'm not sure if you mentioned Tyrese Knight's stats or not. Did you?
I did not. I didn't get. Unfortunately, I got cut out there for a second.
But Tyrese Knight for the Seahawks had cool background. Anyways, had 8 tackles, 2 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles for Seattle today. So I kind of wanted to point that out today. The Seahawks kind of had a good old, I'm not gonna say a defensive masterclass because they still allowed 22 points, but they made some defensive plays out there, and I may be wrong, but I think Dexter Lawrence had 2 touchdowns somehow.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, DeMarcus Lawrence 2 TDs. Yes, sir.
Or DeMarcus Lawrence. Did I say Dexter Lawrence? Wow.
You're thinking of 2 different teams there, but
anyway, because I remember someone went from the Giants to the Seahawks some amount of years ago, but it probably wasn't Dexter Lawrence. But anyway, it was a pretty good game. Well, it looked like it was a pretty solid game to watch entertainment wise. Cardinals Seahawks, but the game I didn't watch, but I mean, the Seahawks did their thing, and they do look like a pretty solid team, pretty real team, you could probably say. Pretty good game for the Seahawks. See if they could keep it up.
Type shit.
How you feel, RJ? How you feel? You think the Seahawks are legit? You think JSN's top 5 wide receiver?
he's definitely in the conversation. He's definitely up there. This season, probably, yes. This season, yeah. But it's still too early to tell, I think, overall. But this season, yes, top 5. But I really didn't watch this game too much. I only caught glimpses of it. I won't lie. But all I'll say is Seahawks put belt to ass on the Cardinals.
Absolutely.
It was
thank you, Mr. Genius.
So,
like Ben said, thank you, Mr. Genius.
Like I said, I really didn't watch this game. I caught glimpses of it every now and then. But yeah, great win. Well, it's not really, if you really even think about it, it's not even that great of a win because it's the Cardinals, but you beat the team you should beat.
That is true.
You put belt to ass to the team you should put belt to the ass.
Yeah,
exactly.
So
absolutely.
That's all I got.
Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Odd game for the Cardinals that have been playing particularly well. Well, Rams 49ers, another game. Not much really to be said about this one. Deflected into interception for Emmanuel Forbes off of Mac Jones. Stafford had a no-look touchdown pass, which I thought was fucking sick because Stafford is like that. I've always liked Matthew Stafford, bro. He's awesome. Kyron Williams had himself a day. He had 2 touchdown runs in this game. Jared Verse blocked the PAT today. Crucial point in the game. Stafford had a 32-yard pass to Terrence Ferguson on a sail route, and Ferguson ran a beautiful route. Mac Jones, 3rd touchdown of the day, had a wide open Luke Farrell for 6, even though Mac Jones had 3 touchdowns. Still some turnovers in play. Stafford had a touchdown pass to Devontae Adams, who had a toe tap to take the lead 27 to 14, if I'm not mistaken. It's cut off there for a little bit. Brian Robinson Jr., 2nd touchdown of the day. B Rob, shout out B Rob, many men. Shout out 50 Cent Jr. Christian McCaffrey, 19 yard after catch, 19-yard first down there. McCaffrey had a decent game too. Um, Overall, Mac Jones touchdown pass to Juwan Jennings too, trimmed the lead to 21-14. They were in this game until they weren't. So, my takeaway from this game is that Matthew Stafford is still fucking elite. Devontae Adams is still fucking elite.
Yep.
And this Rams team, people should be scared of, offensively at least. And the defense has held its own a lot of these weeks. So, you look at this team and you ask yourself, oh shit, is this a team that could really actually make some fucking noise and really give other teams a run for their money? And even though I want my Bears to make the playoffs, the Rams might be the ones to obviously take that one of those last spots there, or even be in the forefront, depending on how the rest of the season goes. So how do you guys feel about the Rams so far this season? The 49ers have been banged up. Brock Purdy's been banged up. Kittle was banged up for a little bit. Brandon Ayuk is still out. So not really much to be said about the Niners other than the defense. But how do you guys feel about this game? And how did you guys feel about the Rams overall so far this season?
Well, I tell you, them using four tight ends catching passes the last couple weeks. I tell you, like that right there opens up the offense a lot more. You got Cody Parkinson, Tyler Higbee, you got Allen catching passes, and even the rookie Ferguson. So it's like, adding that element to the offense, it creates a lot of deception because now instead of everybody having to worry about Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams, Kyron Williams, and Blake Corum out the backfield, now you got to worry about four tight ends, and whenever they're in certain points of the game, they're going to catch passes too. So that right there, they're kind of taking similar books to how the Patriots were doing it back in the day too, using the tight ends, mixing different tight ends in the game. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's blocking, catching passes. So I like that element that they're doing right now. I think also what it does also is at least it gets a lot of these guys in terms of the tight ends, it gets their legs warm. It kind of makes them known that, hey, you're part of the team too. We need you. Now that you're using them more, you really like whether it's the 49ers, the Cardinals, whoever they got to play has to prepare for not just, your top two, the top two wide receivers and Kyron Williams and company and Matthew Stafford. You got to prepare for who's going to be out there on the field when it comes to the tight ends. So
absolutely.
Them doing that right now, I tell you, like, I'm glad they started doing that in the middle of the year, because if you do it at the beginning of the shit like that at the beginning of the year, then you teams will have film or will already know, all right, they're going to use these guys during the game, blah, blah, blah. No, now you're doing it in the middle of the year. Now it sets you up for, going, finishing off the season, but also when it comes playoff time, you can throw something different out there. You feel me? So I like what they're doing on offense and the deception. And quite frankly, Puka Nacua had, in a sense, somewhat of a quiet game in terms of production wise, only finishing with like 5 for 60 around there, but with a touchdown. But it just shows you, like, even with him having a day like that, the offense overall still flourished. So I'm telling you. And even so, one last thing, Matthew Stafford might be in MVP conversation as well.
Oh, yeah.
As well. He's having a damn good year.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah, sure.
oh. So, kind of looking at the rest of the schedule for the Rams, they got a bit of a tough schedule. Like, there's a lot of games where it's like, it's gonna be tough. Where it's like, they definitely probably still will make the playoffs, but they'll probably finish second in the NFC West because the Seahawks honestly have an easier schedule than they do.
Absolutely.
Rams face the Seahawks, Buccaneers, Panthers, Cardinals, Lions, Seahawks again, Falcons, Cardinals. So yeah, you still have those games where it's like they very much can win these games, but they still have also like 1, 2, 3, 4 games that are still going to be very tough games too.
Yeah, a couple tweener games, absolutely.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think the Rams will still definitely make it because I think just the NFC is kind of a crapshoot this year a little bit.
Yeah, for sure, 1,000%, no doubt.
So yeah, but Seahawks will definitely win the division over them. It's just
No
they have a
doubt.
bit of a easier schedule. But Matthew Stafford, like we've all already said, dude's having kind of an MVP like year. Everyone just had a great game. Just played what they should, and they got the win.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed.
Yes,
So,
indeed. Yeah.
last game, Lions Commanders. I mean, another one that
Yeah.
shoot, bro. Like, shoot, bro. I mean, what
I,
can
I don't think
what
I
can you
don't,
do?
I don't think that was much of a surprise, is it?
Yeah, not much of a surprise. No Jaden Daniels. Jake Bates, nice 48-yard field goal to extend the lead at the end of the game. Um, you had, Debo Samuel had a nice little one-handed grab, whatever. Zachers had a nice little end of the game, whatever. Jameer Gibbs, 44-yard touchdown run that to stretch the lead to 41 points, if I'm not mistaken, or no, I lied. I'm sorry.
That wouldn't make no
42. I'm sorry, 42. Um, It was 35-16 at this point. Jameer Gibbs, nice little 44-yard touchdown. He was able to obviously stretch the lead further and further. Jake Bates, another field goal to give the Lions a 3-possession lead. And, Jamison Williams had a good game today. He had a couple of nice catches towards the end of the game. Mariota found Debo Samuel in the end zone at the end of the game. I don't know. This is just like it was tough to watch. As someone who's like somewhat of a Commander supporter, it was a tough game to watch, and it was very clear that this Commanders team is a team that is just barred by injury right now. Injury is a tough thing for them right now. So you look at this Commanders team, and there's no way they were expected to win this game, whether or not. But hey, President Trump was at the game. Shout out Trump. Shout out Amon-Ra St. Brown for doing the Trump. Shout out to Amon-Ra St. Brown for the Trump dance. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know what I mean?
And Trump was on the Fox broadcast for a little bit as well, which was
Yeah,
fun.
he was. And then he said that he wanted the Commanders. He wanted Washington to name the team after him. You delusional motherfucker.
Their new stadium,
For what?
Their new stadium,
For what? Like, what have you done?
We've been
You're
making
earned.
it worse right now. You took away foods now. It's like
Yeah, talk your shit. Hey, we don't really.
Like,
Hey, we don't get political.
but let's
The
not
truth
get
is the
deeper.
truth.
The
The truth is the truth. But hey, long story short, yeah. Why should we name a stadium after you? What have you done to earn that? But hey, we know those types of people are bold, and you know what I mean by those types of people because they like to call us those types of people. So they get bold out there. No, sorry, RJ and Ben. Well, Ben, you're Canadian, but you don't really have to. Well, you're a Trudeau guy, huh?
Well, he's not even in. He's not even in position anymore, bro.
I'm just talking shit. I don't know nothing about Canada, chat. I don't know shit about Canada. But at least it was cool that he was at the game. It was cool that Amon-Ra St. Brown did his little Trump dance to score. Awesome to see. Hopefully the NFL doesn't go in the direction of the MLB and the NBA where shit is rigged. Well, we already knew shit is rigged, but you hope.
Well,
you hope.
Yeah.
I
Two
guess
guys-
some notable stats.
Mhm.
Jared Goff, 25 of 33, 320 yards, 3 touchdowns. Jameer
Is he
Gibbs-
better than Drake May? Ant?
No. Jameer Gibbs
Talk your
15.
shit. Yes.
with 15 carries, 142 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Jamison Williams had 6 receptions, 119 yards, and a touchdown. And Brian Branch had 4 solo tackles, 3 assisted with 1.5 sacks. So those are some notable stats. And the reason why I said that Jared Goff is not better than Drake May at the moment is because Jared Goff has been kind of doing this longer, and Drake May just kind of popped up on the scene.
Right.
On the scene, and in my opinion, Jared Goff has a better team around him than Drake May does. So,
Yeah. Now imagine if the Lions had Drake May. Ooh.
Before. Oh yeah, sorry. I'm sorry, AJ. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying. Imagine if the Lions had Drake May. That
Hey,
team.
Imagine.
it would be different. But I do want to touch on this. But yo, Nero, my guy.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get out of here, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want to lead? You could lead the Celtics segment, my boy, if you would like to. If you want to share your screen, do whatever, do your thing. The
I
Celtics
know we
today,
can. Word.
111, 107 win against the Magic. Talk to us, Nero. Lead us through.
Word. So yeah. Obviously today, Celtics got back on track. You know, they took a little, somewhat of a tough loss on Friday in the play-in. Wasn't really pretty. I'll tell you, the Celtics had a shot to win the game, and quite frankly, should have won the game. But you got to play all 4 quarters, and sometimes a bad turnover can it could set you back, Tad. It could set you back. You feel me? Especially when it's 2 minutes to go in the game. Well, not 2 minutes to go, but still close to 2 minutes to go in the game on Friday night, and you're winning by a basket. Then you get the ball stolen at half court, and the Magic score, and then all of a sudden it goes to an 8-0 run, and you can't come back from that.
Mm-hmm.
Can't that shit don't do you right. So that's Friday night's game for you. I'm not. I would share the screen for that, but you know what? We'll say that for what the hell's happening in sports. So
Awesome, yeah.
Say that for what the hell's happening.
We gonna tune in.
Hell yeah, you already know. So, but that being said, let's show the love for the Celtics tonight. They got back on track, Chad. So, yes, sir. As you see it, 111-107 the final. I thought I could share my screen, but I don't think I can. But which is fine because the stats. I read the stats for y'all, so you already know.
Absolutely.
Jaylen Brown, obviously for the Celtics, again being the leading scorer. He's been the leading scorer the last few games. And this is what Jaylen Brown has to do in order for the Celtics to move forward and for him to be the leader. Most nights he got to be the leading scorer, which he was tonight. 27 points off 10 and 24 shooting.
Yes, sir.
5 rebounds and assists, a steal. 5 rebounds and assists, a steal and a block. So he was doing it on the defensive end as well. Derek White had 21 points, 7 to 18 shooting. He's still having a tough start to the year shooting-wise, but it was a little bit better tonight. He had 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals as well. And then those are the only 2 guys that actually scored in double figures as starters. Neemias Queta had 8 and 6. Payton Pritchard had 5, 5, and 5. Didn't shoot great either. But the bench did what they had to do today. Luka Garza, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. But Anthony Simons doing Anthony Simons things so far as a 6th man of this team. 25 points off 8 of 13 shooting, a rebound, and an assist.
Yeah, can we start this nigga? Yo, Joe Mazzulla, fuck you.
Yeah,
Nah,
really.
Joe Mazzulla, fuck you. Like, what are you doing, bro? Fuck you. Like, I'm tired of seeing Payton Pritchard get 30 minutes tonight and put up 5, 5, and 5, nigga.
Yep.
When you got Simons putting up 25, bro. 25, 1, 3. That's fine. I don't need that nigga out there to fucking rebound. If he needs to go get more points, that's cool. But I'm tired of seeing Payton Pritchard out there getting fucking cooked all night, especially against a team that is way bigger. This is a team with size. Pause.
Yeah.
For real.
Right.
This is a team that their point guard, like Jalen Suggs, is like 6'4".
Right.
Desmond Bane's like 6'5", 6'6". Yep. Paolo Banchero is 6'8", 6'9". Franz Wagner is fucking 6'10". And Wendell Carter Jr. is like 6'10". Like, why do we have Simon should have been in there from the jump to combat Jalen Suggs from the jump, who had 28, 4, and 3 steals. Mm-hmm. 3 steals. He shot 204, 50% from 3, and he was 6 of 8 from the field, 6 of 7 from 3 throws with a plus 21. What a plus 21 tells me, he was game wrecking on defense too. So, and for those that don't know, obviously, if you're a hockey person, you don't take plus minus serious. In basketball, plus minus is almost like everything, for real. Like, no bullshit. Like, it will tell you the difference between someone who's good overall and someone who's not. So for me, I look at this, I watched the game tonight, actually, so I was able to actually catch the game. But just quickly before we get out of here, Jaylen Brown, 27 points, doing what he usually does, like Nero said, but also you had what I thought Jordan Wall, she got 26 minutes tonight, went 6, 6, 4, and 2 steals.
Mhm.
I'm not really concerned that he didn't score too many points, but the all around game you're seeing is what 26 points or 26 minutes. Obviously you had Simons who had 23 minutes and did more, but Pritchard's got to go to the bench, bro. I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
He's
have
got
him
to
come
go
off
to the
the
bench, bro.
Yeah.
Especially after tonight, you got to go to the bench, brother. See you later, bro. I can't do it no more. And also, plus minus. Pritchard was a +2. Simons was a +9. Missoula, what the fuck is wrong with you? I want to know. Are you smoking crack? Are you taking drugs? Like, I don't know what you're doing, but for you to be sitting here and playing Pritchard over Simons every night, when if you were to just start Simons where he belongs, because that's what he's been his whole career, and sit Pritchard, who's been a sixth man his whole career, why are you switching the roles? Because Simons is new.
Right.
This game, I don't want to see next game Pritchard starting. At that point, if I see Pritchard starting, I'm just not watching the game next game. I'm sorry. I'm just not watching it because I don't want to deal with it. And that being said, too, just the next game that the Celtics have up here, the Celtics have the 76ers tomorrow. 8 o'clock. We're on the road going to Philadelphia. What'd you say?
Isn't this like the third time you played them this season already?
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Yep. It is.
Are we just trying to have all of our games at the beginning of the year against them? Like, Jesus.
Yeah, which is fine. I'm cool. Get it out the way now.
Exactly.
I'm cool with that. But yeah, that's a little bit of a little detail.
Murray?
Oh.
No.
Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, he's back.
No caller ID. You know what that means? Someone got a hold of my number that shouldn't have my fucking number, and this is brand new.
Uh-oh.
Brand fucking new. Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Ruh-roh.
No,
Oh, that's not good.
that's not good.
I'll
I
say
literally
this.
just got the. But before this happens again, guys, it was lit chat. Amazing pod. We'll be back at it tomorrow. We got the Celtics tomorrow. I think we got the Bees tomorrow. I think the Canadians played tomorrow too, right?
Tuesday.
The day after? Okay. You guys will see us for Canadians recap.
The Bruins do not play tomorrow as well. It's Tuesday.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Celtics play on Tuesday.
Oh, tomorrow, yeah, because it's 12 o'clock. I apologize. You guys are right. Yep.
Yeah. Now
Tuesday.
You
guys will see us tomorrow though for Monday Night Football. We'll be here tomorrow for Monday Night Football chat. So
and I do want to point out too. I guess all that really matters today is that the Celtics won and the Nets lost. So but
yeah,
The
world is right again.
And two more things to point out from me. Schedule wise, Devils play, I guess technically today, against the Islanders, and me and Ben are gonna fight about Nets Raptors. So hey.
Ooh.
There's won't be much to fight about because you're gonna get your ass whooped. But
we're gonna lose. But,
you're gonna get your ass whooped, but it's fine. You know.
But it's fine.
Honestly,
It's fine.
I would love to see Ben versus Ann in a boxing match.
Oh, wow! You hear this, chat? You hear that? He said Ben versus Ant in a boxing match is crazy. Gang.
Crazy.
Honestly, wait? What's the weight class here?
Yeah, true.
And what's your weight?
What's your weight?
I'm at 180.
Ooh.
Oh, I weigh more than this nigga. What? That's not.
I
good.
weigh more than that. Way more.
Yikes.
I only weigh more. I'm only 187. So
I'm around 185.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm 187.
Oh, no.
So.
Yeah, because I'm 187 at the moment.
No.
Too.
Yeah, I might be cooked.
Oh,
I might be cooked.
We might have a battle royale rumble one of these days. You know what I'm saying?
That's all I
Ben,
Put some money up. I'll put some. Niggas got to put some money up.
Because how tall is Ben again?
He's like 6'2", minimum.
Oh shit! Yeah,
nigga gotta be like, yo, no bullshit. Nigga look 6'4". I can't hold you. He said he's 6'2". He said he's 6'2", but he looks 6'4".
He
like that reaches.
I'm not 6'4".
that reach looked devastating. Like
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, no. He got 3 inches and 20 pounds on me. Yeah, no.
yeah, no, we got to remember weight classes here for real. You know.
It was worth a shot.
But guys, shout out to you guys. Shout out Nero. Shout out Ben. Shout out RJ.
Yes,
Shout out
sir.
Ant. As per usual, we'll see you guys tomorrow for a Monday night recap, which will be way quicker. Thank you guys for hanging in for a 3-hour pod. This is awesome. We got some clips coming out for you guys. We're going to clip. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. We love you guys. You guys are always tuning in with us. And go subscribe and follow What the Hell is Happening Sports on Instagram. It's at WTHHS617 on Instagram. And you go and search WTHHS in YouTube. You will see it. Guys, we are launching an app soon for the merchandise, so you guys can go buy our merch. It's coming out very soon. Ben just got his Montreal Canadian sweatshirt. He might show you guys right now, actually. A little bit of a preview. Montreal,
Yes, sir.
Canadians, Bay State
Yes,
Media
sir.
Collective, in his colors. Anyone watching or anybody in
Yeah,
general that
that's
goes back to
actually
watch
fire.
these clips,
That's fire. The colors.
the initial colorways we will have, because we have obviously certain people that obviously are the leading faces of this, but we're gonna have Boston Celtics, Red Sox, Bruins, Patriots. We will have a Patriots bomber jacket as well. That's gonna be very expensive.
Ooh.
So for those of you guys, it's like a varsity jacket. You can get whatever Patriots player name and number on it, and with the Patriots logo on the front and the back, and the number on the back. So if you guys want to tap into that, it's gonna be extra money. It's not cheap to make those, bro. I'm just letting you guys know right now. It is not cheap to make those. But Ant also has the Carolina blue ones. This is what's
Yeah.
called Tar
Fresh
Heel
out the
blue.
wash.
Bay State Media Tar Heel
Ooh.
blue. Carolina on the front. You look on the back. It's got the Tar Heel colors there on the back. If you want to show us the back real quick.
Hold on.
Got the Tar Heel colors.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
A little gray, a little black, a little white. Yep. Yes, indeed. So
I'm
for
trying my
those,
best here.
yeah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, for those that we will have those up on the app. We're gonna have them up on the page. We're gonna post them, but we will tell you guys, like, you can get it in any colorway you want on the back. So the Bay State Media part on the back that says Bay State Media Collective, you can get that in any of your team's colorways. If you guys are Flyers fans, you guys are Eagles fans, whatever the case may be, we'll do that for you. You'll have that option. But the initial ones, we have those two that you guys just saw. Then we'll have Red Sox, Celtics. We will have the Nero What the Hell is Happening Sports logo too. That's gonna be awesome. He's got 2 different logos. You guys will have 2 different choices for that. Shout out Nero for obviously partnering up with us and being able for us to, get some clothes for him, and he can, go sell his merch, because that logo is fire and that shit look crazy. Actually, hold on, let me show y'all that. Give me 1 second. That shit is
Yes,
crazy.
sir.
I have it right here.
Type shit.
Hey, Ben, Brenly, player of the game, McKinnon, honorable mention.
I'm thinking about it. I'm looking.
All right. So for those that'll see here, hold on, sorry, my camera got a little What the Hell is Happening Sports right here on the back.
Sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Well, What the Hell is Happening Sports on the back, Nero on the front.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we got that in store for you guys. I'm really hoping that you guys like this merch. This is our first merch drop. It'll be our first merch drop for you guys. So if you guys want to support us and rock some merch, we're also trying to do a little bit of some college merch. If you got, you go to college, we'll do some college merch for you guys too, whether it's Dean College, Emmanuel College, MIT, Harvard. We're going to have BC colorways. We're going to have BU colorways. So be on the lookout for that. But guys, it's been real. Shout out to What the Hell is Happening Sports for always joining us. Shout out Ben and RJ for always being here. Peace.
Hit that non-existent outro music.
Yeah. Well, hey, we got an outro coming. I got you guys. We got an outro coming. Okay. We do. But
It's
Good
love
night,
you
chat.
guys. Good night,
I
chat.
love you all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.